Theo, how you going?
Yeah, pretty good, man. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, anytime.
I won't start this exactly the same, eh?
Yeah, well, you get into a rhythm
good.
of doing, the podcast. You got to have an intro that you do.
Someone reckons I need like a catchphrase. What the fuck is that?
I think that was the fucking thing in the middle of the table.
Oh, it was too.
Oh, there we go. Money.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So I needed like a catchphase or something, eh? Like, well, welcome.
Or you've been exiled.
Yeah, you've been.
Like
Yeah,
yeah.
that's how I should end it. You've been exiled.
Yeah, true. You could use it as an ending thing.
Welcome another exile to the podcast.
Yeah.
We were actually joking with the band. Because you know how Slipknot call their fans like maggots.
Maggots, yeah.
And like Machine Head call them head cases. I was just having a laugh and I was like, we should just call ours exiles.
I mean, I think that'd be good. Like, yeah, exiled. The exiled could be good. You probably need a...
Oh, the exiles stand up.
Oh, for the real exile, please stand up.
So, yeah. So I guess we should probably get into most recent...
Yeah.
Most recent, what do they call? Events.
Events, yeah.
Yes.
Recent news.
Yeah, so the convenience thing.
Yeah.
So what happened? What spurred that on?
So I was just kind of on Facebook, as I normally do, just scrolling through, and I saw a post somebody had made about a day before I made mine that was about like, has anybody had any issues with non-venue payment and stuff like that? And their post was pretty big. And it was very neutral, just trying to ask people for their experiences. And
it didn't single out a venue. They
no.
the
The guy
generally...
didn't. The post itself didn't say a venue at all. But then everyone in the comments was like, "Yeah, this specific venue hadn't paid me, or it's been months since blah blah blah." And then I kept looking into it and finding out more, and it's like, oh man, this goes back pretty deep, pretty bad. So I made my little graphic and posted it. And chaos ensued, and shit fucking really hit the fan quick. And yeah, that's where we are now.
So obviously you not being paid by them?
No, so we got paid for our gig. It was just that like there was a pretty big like noticeable delay from the actual time of playing to the payment, and there also was not any communication. Like I was talking to our promoter who put on the gig and stuff, and he was coming back saying like, yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Well, I think I've got the worst memory ever, but I'm really sure that it took us a bit to get paid as well, I think. And yeah, like, so I don't really have like a dog in the fight or whatever the fucking
the phrases,
colloquialism is or whatever. But it's just in saying that, I think, like I'd heard from other people, because obviously I have heaps of people on the podcast. I hear lots of things. People tell me things, and yeah, that's kind of though. It was getting a name for just not really being well at communicating with things and all that. And I know there was the thing that kind of irked me is there's people piping up and just saying, oh, just it's a local venue. We don't have heaps of them. And, the guy could be going through stuff. It's like, yeah, he could be going through stuff. So tell people. You don't have to tell them.
I think that's the main issue.
If you're going through something personal, you don't have to tell people that. Obviously, it's no one's business. But I just don't understand why someone can't just communicate and just go, hey, look, just having a bit of a difficult time at the moment, just really struggling. Do you mind just, if we exactly. And you know what? I reckon no one would have a problem with that.
That's what I've been saying.
And if you did have a problem with that, you'd be a real prick.
I'd say, that's what I'm saying.
Man.
It's like, yeah, if he had just like communicated that there was an issue, I think that 98% of people, if not 100, would have just been like, not a problem, man.
And you know what I would have thought?
Good luck and shit.
I think that as well, if the venue owner had said, we're really struggling with this. It's really hard to run this kind of business model in this day and age, whatever. Or having a really hard time making the ends meet and keeping this afloat, and we really do love putting gigs on and supporting the scene. I bet you so many people would have put their hands in their pocket and said, how can we help? And you know what? We could have done some fundraiser gigs, whatever.
Yeah, because that's what the Bird's doing, I'm pretty sure.
People would have done that, man.
Yeah.
For sure. I would have done that. I would have chipped in or whatever, because we've played gigs there, and I'm not, it's not the best venue to play. You can pack it out easy, which is cool.
That's the thing is that like it's really
like that.
Because it's kind of
it's intimate.
It's easy to pack out, and it's a smaller size. It makes it feel a little bit nicer for you and the crowd stuff. But Yeah, the last gig we played there, like 2 of our songs had this just fucking horrendous mic feedback.
Oh,
it's the only time.
I remember when we had this soundy there. We played.
Yeah.
It was like was the whack and metal battle thing?
Was that?
I think
thought that was it. It might have been it. Yeah, I don't think I was there for that.
Man, the sound. Oh, fuck. This guy had no fucking idea what he was doing, and that was like. We wanted to put on a good show because it's like it's a bit of a competition.
Exactly, yeah.
And then it was just like that just killed my vibe. I was just on stage, and I reckon if there was any photos, I would have looked like the most miserable, sulking. I just want this gig to hurry. I want to go home. I'm over it.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, like, I'm no stranger to having issues with mic feedback because I'm a bit of an idiot and I fucking cup the mic because I'm like, it sounds better. And I'm always moving it around and shit. That's usually a problem I have to deal with. But this was the only gig that I like kept the mic on the stand for like the whole fucking set and still.
No, it's notorious. Just I've spoken to heaps of people, and it's notorious for not having great sound there. At all. Once or twice you might luck out, and
like I've heard gigs there that have sounded fucking mint. I remember their old sound guy Kyle. He did a fucking grand job.
Yeah, but this other particular guy they got, and I think he was there a couple of times. He was fucking terrible, useless. And the other thing, I don't really like the garden shed thing out the back because. You got that kebab shop next door with a fence that's like fucking 6 foot high, and it's like you got like 30 grand of gear in there. If you want, you can just turf that shit over the fence. You could have a mate in the kebab shop there and run it down the alleyway and fuck off with it.
You could just go out even to the gate. The gate's never actually locked. So if anybody actually scattered,
and there's hardly anyone standing there, and I've never had any when I've walked through there with gear, the bouncer kind of looks at you, and if you look like you're in a band, he lets you through. And I'm like, well, that's probably like 90% of people.
That was he was going to come here and
like,
find out about
got long hair and shit. Everyone looks like they're in a band here.
Yeah, exactly. So, and also fucking fitting gear in that fucking shed, man.
Yeah, and
I'm so lucky that I've had people going,
people walking in there just looking at shit, and it's like, what are you doing, mate?
And they're trying to find what's mine.
They're pissed as no, but like just patrons.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
They got their beer and they're spilling. It's like, mate, get the fuck out of here, mate.
I've several times I've witnessed during load-in, bands will just walk in and just walk out. It's like, I'm going to wait for somebody else to put some shit in here and change it up because it's too cramped. But I mean, what are you going to do?
Or everyone puts their shit next to the stage where the stairs are, and then you can't get off.
You can't get off the stage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking. But going back to the controversy of your post is some people are just getting so emotional about it.
Yeah.
And
I think it's because of the language I use, which that's fair enough. I'm just a very
hindsight. That's hindsight, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Like being honest, I'm going to call a spade. It's it was very direct and blunt. People get frustrated and something need to be said. And the thing is, all you can do is communicate with people and just I reckon, not that I've had any experience running a venue, but I think a lot of people would be really helpful or understanding or compassionate about things, and I'm going to be like, no, too bad, I want my fucking money now.
Yeah,
because no one's banking on that money.
Exactly.
Some people, that was my mortgage payment.
I know some people obviously do play music to survive and stuff in Perth. That's not uncommon, and obviously if they're not getting paid for months and months,
but do you think they're playing at convenience to make ends?
Who knows? I mean, it's more of just just talk to people. Just tell them that there's an issue, and there wouldn't have been an issue.
And it was the thing that people defending, like, as if it's like a one size fits all. They're like, oh, well, I don't expect to be paid. It's like, well, good on you, mate.
Exactly.
Maybe some people don't like working for free, or it's just like that's not an excuse. Man. That's not an excuse.
It's about delivering on the.
It's not like he can just go, oh, I just can't be fucked paying you, and you go, oh, okay,
yeah, cool, sweet dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, like people were saying in the comments and stuff before the posts got deleted, like, oh, I used to play for a fucking jug of beer. It's like, yeah, listen, I'd play for a jug of beer if I was told that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the thing, because there's like an obligation there. Well, there's an understanding that you're going to be reimbursed. There's going to be $1 per head thing, whatever amount or whatever. And if they're not going to pay a certain amount, just stipulate that beforehand. Whatever,
exactly.
Just make it obvious. And it was just funny, some of the comments and people, oh man, in the fucking music industry 20 bloody years. And
Yeah, isn't it?
And it's like, yeah, you're still playing in fucking shitty little dive bars.
Dive bars and stuff. Yeah, I feel like if you've been in the music industry 20 years, don't you think it should maybe like
and you're happy to play gigs for free still, then, you know, maybe that's telling you something. But.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was weird. It was funny because, like, depending on what group I was reading the comments of the post in, they were varied in response. Most of I feel like the metal groups were all like, agree. And then, like, in Perth Music Network, it was like a fucking civil war.
Yeah.
But that was before they were taken down. I don't know why the post that was made before mine got deleted, because that was just a dude who just asked a question. And I thought that was kind of weird because his post had like fucking, I don't know how many comments on it with like people's stories and stuff, but good amount.
Yeah. Did you see going on that Perth Music Network? Did you see that post? I don't know if it was like yesterday or something. A guy asking about acclimatizing. Was that a joke?
I don't think that guy was a joke. I saw one before I saw the one from the dude who said he played in Florida or whatever. Yeah. That was like something about drum acclimatization. I was like, okay, this looks like a bit post.
I was like, I don't know if it's like a running joke thing or whatever.
I think it's a new one. I actually posted on there on the train ride up here or down here. I was like, I'm really loving this new acclimatization meme. It's fucking great.
Yeah,
it's so funny. Because
it's funny. I got to chuckle.
We're gonna have to start like spreading that around now. You know, before gigs. Are these drums climatized to the venue?
I saw some funny comments. Like a guy's like, oh well, really, you actually need to what would be a good thing to do is get like the barometric pressure in there.
Yeah, I saw some people like goading him on with making it more like complicated and shit. It's like, oh, bless, fucking beautiful.
Well, you need to like just introduce it a bit. Just put it in there for like 10 minutes, bring it out. You know, just like kind of.
Oh, I saw one dude. Yeah, some dude was like, you got to soak it in like a specific liquid and then fucking leave it in the sun for like a day. It's like, oh my fucking god.
What did Zach said? Something he said.
I think he said something. Yeah,
leave it in your car.
Yeah, leave it in your car.
Yeah, I got a laugh from that. But how's your band going?
Yeah, good. We're just trying to hunker down and write stuff for the next release. That's what we're currently planning. We've got like over 5 songs done now.
So is it EP or
we're trying to aim for like actual proper album length this time.
So like 6, 7, 8 songs?
10-ish, hopefully, if we can get that. I mean, like, I'm more about like the length of it being around 45 minutes because that's your record length, and I like to keep things sort of in that way if I can. Because I mean, making over 45 minutes, you get to that point where people are like.
Are you kind of you call the shots in the band? Kind of.
No, I think it's pretty even. I call the shots with like some of the things I write, I guess, but I think that it's pretty distributed because I'll make riffs and bring them in. Other guys will make riffs and bring them in.
But you don't play guitar in the band, do you?
Not in the band, no. I just currently just for writing.
Still,
just contributing.
That's cool, man. Because when we played with you at the Milk Bar,
fucking good gig. I love that place.
The sound was good too.
Sounds so good. I love the stage. It's a good stage.
It kind of feels like a big stage.
Yeah, it does.
You feel
got that
kind
like
of
fucking big stage. I'm like, I'm playing a show right here. Yeah, it's good shit.
Yeah.
And then the pit is a nice.
I've made it.
Yeah, I've done it. I've made it, Mom. Made it out of the burbs.
Yeah, but I reckon. Because I'm not in the like death metal scene or anything. I don't go check out many death metal bands. I do like some death metal, some like a little bit of Entombed and stuff like that, and Cannibal Corpse, whatever, and then I don't mind some black metal stuff. Probably like I might go say I'm into like Burzum or something like that. I'm not familiar with it. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah,
but I like one of my favourite songs ever is Kings of the Carnival Creation. By Dimmu.
Oh, Dimmu Borgir. Yeah, it's weird. Dimmu Borgir is one of those black metal bands that I really didn't listen much to. It's like certain bands.
I think there's some people in the black metal community hate them because they're like, oh, they're fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's like I know a lot of people don't like Satyricon either because Satyricon kind of became a lot more like mainstream and stuff.
So, they're going to make a living out of it. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Slash their tires.
I mean, I just like a different kind of sound that they make. I like my black metal much more raw.
That's kind of like is that like Immortal? Is that they kind of like that? Or
Immortal. Mayhem. Like their earlier stuff was pretty raw. Then they started getting a bit more well polished around the late 90s, 2000s. With still.
I suppose if you want to break out of I guess when if you're in say that community and they're probably not looking to make a whole lot of money or whatever.
Yeah.
But then. As you're playing gigs and you play more gigs and then you go, look,
well, that's if you're even playing gigs. I think a lot of black metal bands don't even play live, especially one-man bands.
Gigs are so mainstream.
Yeah. Well, a lot of one-man bands can't play live, and I know that a big issue for a lot of them, like Leviathan and stuff, is just I don't want to share this with anybody. This is my creative like, this is my magnum opus I'm putting out here. I want to be the one to do it all. And I can't imagine having somebody that would be on my level of understanding of it.
That sounds like me. Not saying that I try to be like that, but that's like a problem I have that I need to.
Yeah, it's same.
I need
same
to
here
try
with
to
my
curtail a bit.
stuff. Yeah,
I get a bit of controlling, and I bet when some other guys in the band want to have contributions, I'm open to people having contributions, but it's got to be at like a level that I deem like or whatever. But it's like, who am I to make that decision? But I do. But at the same time, no one else steps up and makes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it depends on
saying anything about my bandmates. They're all fucking legends. But I'm just saying, someone's got to drive and go, no, this is what it's going to be. Otherwise, everyone's going, oh yeah, but I like that. But someone's going to go, no, this is how it's going to be.
Yeah. We've done that a couple of times with songs where we fucked around with like a bunch of different ideas or something, and then we've just been like, let's go with the first one. It's fucking makes it so much easier.
The option paralysis.
Oh, that's the big thing, I think. That's a big thing with like gear acquisition that troubles me.
And that's why I don't
options.
mix. That's why I don't mix anything. Or I'll do like a demo mix at home just for us to listen to, before we send it off to someone and get it properly done. I don't know what I'm doing though. And all the shit's like red. Or
all fucking peaking.
It's all just peaking like crazy. And I'm like, I don't give a shit because I'm not going to go put that on Spotify. Yeah. Someone's obviously going to do their thing with it. But I've tried learning a bit of mixing. Like we did some YouTube and then that nailed the mix. And I was like, man, it's too hard. I can't be fucked with it, man. There's so much to fucking learn.
Yeah, it is a lot. But I mean, I think the thing with mixing as well is, well, obviously it's good to go and give it to somebody else to do because they've got that fresh look on it. And
I actually think is if you choose the right person, there can be like an extra member of the band in a way. And if you choose the right person, because how many bands of some of your favorite bands or bands you grew up listening to
had like one producer for like several records because he just
and then they changed the producer and their sound dramatically changed or whatever.
Well, I know like a lot
Metallica is a good example of that.
Megadeth as well. I think they worked with like one producer for the first 2 or 3 records, or I think this was the first 2. A lot of the black metal bands from Norway from that early scene all worked pretty much with the same fucking dude in the same studio to get this specific sound, and it's like a recognizable sort of like soundscape this guy creates. And he's still doing it fucking now, which is amazing.
That's cool, yeah. Because some people have their thing their flavor. But going back to what I was saying, I don't listen to a ton of death metal, and in Perth I haven't really checked out many death metal bands. Been a few gigs and played with some, but I honestly think that you were like the best sound of death metal I've ever heard, like personally, like live. You sounded so fucking good, man.
Yeah,
I reckon.
Cheers, man.
And fuck, I just reckon you just nailed it. And I was actually blown away because I'm not saying I had low expectations, but
I
hadn't ever seen you gig before.
Yeah, we talked for like fucking like 2 years before like you'd ever seen me fucking gig.
Yeah, and I'd seen you at gigs, and then we just have a yarn over like Instagram or Messenger or whatever, but. So I didn't know what, and usually, when people first play, they're kind of going to be iffy, and then it's going to be, before they, find their feet with it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I was like, fuck, righto, shit.
I think honestly a big part of what really keeps us together is it's Kid X drumming because he's
he's a good drummer, man.
And he's only 15 and he's fucking.
I always forget that.
Yeah, I mean I don't because it's like a bragging thing. Yeah, it's like he's a fucking mastermind genius. He is. He's fucking incredible. I think he really helps hold the sound together.
Yeah,
he's just got that metronomic fucking. You should hear him now. He's gotten even better. It's scary.
Yeah, right. Because he plays guitar too.
Yeah, well, he's got his own like shoegaze project as well. He's got his own
shoegaze.
One man like slam project as well that he does. Yeah, right. So he does the drumming for that, the guitars, everything, vocals as well.
That's the thing of not having responsibilities. You can
just do all that stuff.
Because I've kind of thought a few times because I love playing like. I don't listen to a ton of death metal, but I like playing like tremolo pick stuff and triple pick and like some just cool stuff like that. And I love some old Morbid Angel and that. And
Morbid Angel got some fucking Riff City stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck, I'd love to have like a little side thing, but it's like I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
And that's why even this has slowed down. Like I was doing this flat out for a bit, and it's not like I lost interest. It's just fucking how expensive is everything right now. I just have to work. I work like 7 days and then 6 days and then doing night shifts and then going from days to night shifts to back to days and then working the weekend, and then it's just like, man, I just don't have the time or energy. I haven't played guitar in fuck knows how long because I just don't have the fucking, you get home and then you saw my kids, they're crazy. Yeah, it's hard, man.
It can be. I mean, like back in probably about a year ago or something now. I'm pretty bad with my fucking time frames these days, but I used to have a black metal band, Grievous, where I actually did have members for a time, and we were working on stuff. But eventually, like I had to dissolve it because Vile was taking up more of my attention. And it's kind of like with music, especially, it's so hard to split and do two things at once equally. Because that's why I think it's much better to go like, work on this. All right, album's out, do a little supports, then switch the scales up.
Yeah.
And, you can kind of bounce back and forth. But at the same time, juggling multiple, it's crazy. So I don't know how people like Herb do it, drumming in like fucking 3 Gorillion bands, and he as well as he does. It's like, oh, dude, it's a headache and a half. I can't imagine doing that.
Yeah, man. There's a few people in a few bands that are busy too. Like even I don't know if you know Jackson Robb. He's in Remission.
Yeah,
Pincer, and I don't know if he's in something else. But those bands are busy, and there's heaps of guys that are in a few bands, and I'm like, man, I don't know how you do it. But
fucking hats off.
But with your stuff, so you all contribute riffs, but who kind of composes the structure of the song? And
that also varies. It sort of depends on who comes up with the main, like your main punching.
So someone might
hit
go,
of
oh,
the
I've got this
song.
fucking cool idea, and you might go, oh fuck yeah, that's sick, and then we'll work
sometimes
on that.
and like a lot of the time we will collaborate on like the structure and how we think it should go with like intro riffs, or like binding riffs and main riffs and stuff like that.
Is there many disagreements with it, or do you?
No, we
find
tend to get along
just
pretty
go,
easy.
fuck yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we tend to like sort of when someone says an idea and then plays it, we're all like, typically like, yeah, it sounds cool, we'll do that.
Yeah. Or you might go, oh, I reckon, what if you do this?
Yeah, then we'll do that with like a little bit of a back and forth till we're like, yeah, that's the one.
It's a hard one though, because you got to leave the ego at the door.
Yeah, I know. And fucking, for some people, it's harder than for others.
Yeah. So, this new stuff you're writing, is it similar to what you were playing at the gig?
I think so. We played some of the newer songs at shows we've done, but I think it's got a much more tighter, sort of more cohesive sound. I think our first record was a little bit more diverse in what it sounded like, whereas this time we're actually, I think, getting a solid overall general noise going where it's a bit more together. Definitely a lot tighter, and we've got some bits that are a lot faster as well, which I'm looking forward to doing.
Yeah, right. Should go. You send me a demo that I could stream on here.
Oh, fuck. Oh, well.
I should have let you know, because I've had people do that, and sorry, I forgot.
I've got one. I know I've got a link to one of them on here.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty good.
Is that the demo?
Yeah, to a little demo.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a bit hard to chuck it on now.
Probably.
I jump on the computer and open up a thing, and it's going to be a headache.
Always edited in post. Right here.
Yes. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah.
So, what about like artwork and stuff for it?
Artwork's mostly me. I drive most of the stuff behind
because you were making patches and that for a while, weren't you?
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of that. I was giving that a try, and it worked like okay. I wasn't terrible at it, but it's fucking very monotonous. But I did the logos for the band and the album cover for the Slaves to Hatred release.
Yeah, cool.
And the formatting and stuff, because I'm into all that.
Is that on Spotify?
Yeah, it is. I think it should still be, I believe.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Honestly, I think our YouTube channel's got much nicer stuff. I think our live footage is a little more diverse because we've got a lot of our newer songs in the live shows too. Right. And so whenever we get like a whole set recorded, I'll try to fucking edit it a bit, chuck it up on YouTube.
Yeah, okay.
Because that's got our old stuff, our new stuff with like how we sound. You can kind of go through and see how the songs change and evolve over time as well. Yeah. Certain songs we'll play them when they're really like baby fresh, and then we'll make changes. The next time we play it, it'll be a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like having the live footage as much as I can. And I think we've only got 4 videos up.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah, right.
For that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I do this a lot. So you made the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good logo too.
Yeah, cheers. That's appreciate it. It took I've done because I would mainly just do them like at work or whenever I was fucking had spare time and be like, I should change the logo again. Then I design a new one and then switch it over.
Yeah, it's cool.
But then eventually I was like, oh, fuck it, let's just go back to the original one. Let me just remake it cleaner, sharper, and look a bit nicer. And then bada bing, bada boom. Works fine now.
So So with that, with the logo and that, did you make that kind of before the band was fully formed, or
No, I made it after, because the band fully formed pretty quickly after we saw the first couple members together, because originally it was like Chris Vasco and Kidek, I believe, and then I think Evan came in and then I came in, and then from there we figured out, all right, what's the name of the band going to be, and then the rest came from there.
So is Vasco still in your band?
Yeah, he's still in.
I was playing. I don't know if you play video games. I was playing Modern Warfare. COD. And I don't ever usually have the mic on because I just hate the 12-year-olds. You know?
Nah, no shit. Yeah, no, I do game when I can, but I don't have any consoles currently or anything like that. So
so I don't usually ever have the party chat thing on because it's just full of dickheads. And usually I've got like a workmate that jumps on or my cousin or something. So we have a private thing. But for some reason I just had it turned on and then someone's gone, hey, because my name's Infinite Exile on there, and he goes, hey.
I think Vasco told me about this.
Yeah, and he goes, hey, I know that. I know a band called Infinite Exile. And then I was like, oh, hey, what the fuck? Someone said. And I was
look at my headset.
Yeah, and I said, hey, oh, really? He goes, yeah, and I said, yeah, I'm in that band, and he goes, oh, really? And he goes, yeah, we've gigged with this, and I said, who are you? And he goes, Vasco. I was like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think he told me that shortly after it happened.
That's fucking spun out because you're playing with people from all over the world.
It was on MW2, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
it was.
No, it might have been. No, it was 2019.
Well, which one came out then?
It was like the reboot of the new Modern Warfare ones. Yeah.
So MW,
2019. Yeah,
that's what it's. Yeah, I've been pretty behind on Call of Duty. I kind of stopped.
I stopped for a bit too because I got sick of the whole battle pass shit and all that crap.
I stopped. I think the last game I got, might have been like Black Ops 2.
Yeah, right. I never got into Black Ops.
Black Ops is like the fucking S tier in Call of Duty. At least the first two games. You've got to play the Black Ops 1 campaign. You got to do World at War, then you play Black Ops 1 campaign.
Yeah, okay.
Trust me, it's it's fucking storytelling 101. It's so good. It's it's like a fucking really good action movie. Yeah, okay. Like you're fucking in there and it's in the Cold War, doing all that cool shit.
Oh yeah, so espionage kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking sick, man. It's got a really, really, really good story. And also I love the multiplayer on that.
Hopefully
that was the
remaster
game.
It then.
Yeah, I really want them to as well, because that was the game I played the most when I was a kid, because when I was younger, I wasn't allowed to play online. So that was one of the only ones at the time that we had in the house that had the AI fucking bot thing. Yeah. So I could play with the bots, and so I would just fucking do that myself, or I play zombies. So that's why that game's in the top tier of my memory on the tier list. But it is a fucking great game.
I think I played. Is there a Black Ops 4?
Yeah, Black Ops up to
I only played the Warzone.
Yeah, that was I think that might have been the first of the Call of Duties to implement the Battle Royale mode. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Black Ops 4. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, I played that a bit, but
the last one I had was Black Ops 3 when that came out. That's that's the last where I was up to.
Yeah, well, that Warzone, I just find that hard to. I jumped on there again a few times.
Yeah, it's pretty fun though. I don't mind Warzone. I thought it was pretty good. I liked how the gunplay was different to Fortnite.
Yeah,
and you could actually
it's just some people are so fucking good at it, man.
Some people just fucking sweats. They ruin games. Yeah, it's annoying.
Just live on it. But you know what I've got pissed off with COD is that the skill based matchmaking or engagement optimized matchmaking where it'll adjust how loud footsteps are depending on how good you're doing, and then
you see that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, because what they're trying to do is make everyone a winner, so they'll give you, and they're trying to maximize retention. So what they'll do is you have a couple shit matches, and they'll throw you a really good match, and then you'll go, oh fuck, finally. And then you'll play it for a bit longer.
Then you'll be shit again.
Then you'll be shit, and then they drag you back in, and then
stupid,
on the new one, I was watching a funny YouTube video, and a guy's going, look at all the shit that comes up on the screen when you get a kill. Now
it's so fucking much stuff.
It's like Kingslayer, Sharpshooter, one shot, one kill, and all these things. It's like bam,
collateral.
It's like a pokey.
Yeah, it's fucking ding 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 ding. Yeah, exactly. It's like jingling keys in front of you because you fucking clicked somebody's head, in a video game. Yeah, I think it kind of goes to show that they're clearly failing in some way, that they're having to implement these fucking borderline psychological tactics to get you to fucking keep playing.
And that's 100% what it is. It's all this manipulation and psychology into it to get
fucking
people to
hook you onto it.
And then what they do is they get everyone that's got all these skins with all this fucking fancy shit going on, and then you'll get killed by them heaps. And then you're like, maybe if I buy that skin.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's just funny because back in MW2, the thing that kept you playing the game was hate. It was vitriol for that motherfucker who killed you and said he fucked your mother. Now you need to kill him. You need to fucking show him who's boss. It's the greatest thing about the old games is that you just wanted to fucking be the best. And especially with MW2 on release, everything was just broken. All the guns. The reason that game was balanced is because all the guns are fucked.
Was that on the new MW2?
No, the old one back in the day.
Why don't they fucking started naming in the exact same?
I fucking hate when they do that.
Because I was trying to look.
It was like, I remember back when the Xbox One came out, people were like, oh, what the fuck? It's not the first one. Why'd they call it Xbox One? It's it's still stupid.
And then there's the Xbox One X. Now there's Xbox Series X.
Whatever happened to 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, man. PlayStation's got it right at least. We're in the naming at least so far.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But the thing is, with the fucking, naming it all they're rehashing the names, is that it's not like a remaster, it's like a whole new thing.
Yeah, complete reboot.
And so the other day
it's confusing.
Yeah, because I'm playing Modern Warfare 3 now, and I was like, I want to look up what's a good loadout for this shotgun.
You're getting fucking loadouts from MW3 back in the day. And then I type it in, I'm like, Modern Warfare 3,
whatever the shotgun is, 870 fucking
whatever.
loadout.
Like the Remington, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's called number Lockwood or something now, but I put that in, and then it's like, and I'm like, hey, wait, that gun that's on that list, I don't have that in the game. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's the wrong game.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. I think it's because, with Call of Duty specifically, the reason that they're just doing, redoing Black Ops, redoing Modern Warfare is because I remember, when Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare and shit came out, it was just... Why the fuck are you doing this? We don't want to be in fucking space. We want boots on the ground, old school Call of Duty, blah, 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 blah. Which I was on that side. I fucking hated the space shit.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
So I think that they saw that and they're like, okay, let's just remake all the games we made already.
Yeah. And then I think as well, because people are like, I remember the good old days of MW2.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're now saying, MW2 and 3, oh, fuck yeah. And then
I heard the story for the new MW3 is complete dog shit.
I didn't bother in playing the single player.
I've heard it's extremely short, and it is also just extremely bad. Apparently the Makarov in this one is just
it's probably like LGBT.
They replaced I don't think they did it with Makarov because he's a fucking international terrorist.
It's like, guys, I'm going to kill you.
And remember, no Russian.
I'm so blowing you up.
But Makarov was such a fucking good character in the original MW series. He was a pretty menacing sounding guy.
Yeah.
He was for the first you met him in the second game, but for I think a lot of that game he was just a voice you heard over the radio. You never met the guy, but he was fucking scary. And then you do that mission, no Russian, and all that shit happens. And then they got this new guy who's it doesn't measure up. Just chump change.
Well, that's not the new one. Apparently, that
they changed the no Russian mission.
Yeah, it's like a train station or something.
No, it's it's like a airplane or something. And
is it?
Yeah.
Well, there's one at a subway station.
I think
as well.
So. Yeah, I don't know, but from what I know about this one, the scene on the airplane is you've got to get these guys, but there are all these civilians that are trying to mob you because the guys said you've got a fucking bomb or something on you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But and apparently, I think whenever you kill a civilian or something, it just restarts the level.
Oh, so which is
frustrating. They're getting in your way all the fucking time. What's the point of sort of redoing the no Russian concept without the whole idea of it being in the original no Russian, you didn't have to kill a single person.
Yeah.
You could just walk through there, not shoot a single one of those people in that level, and you would be fine. It would go the exact same way for you. But the whole point of it was oh, look at you, you're a bit weird. You decided to shoot all those innocent civilians that you didn't have to.
Yeah.
As a fucking real gotcha, bitch. Good moment back then. But I don't know, man. They took it out. Too scary.
I find that all these big companies now that they're getting so devoid of creativity.
Yeah, but all the indie games, movies, all the games, movies, all the shit that's coming out. It's just fucking.
I was talking to a mate the other day, and I said, man, I'm just watching 90s and 80s movies all the time now. Same with music.
Well, I've been watching some more TV shows. I find the ones that I haven't seen is what I've been occupying myself with. But in terms of movies, it's the classics are the best.
Back to Van Damme, Seagal.
I recently watched that Kingdom of Heaven, the Ridley Scott movie that came out in 2005.
Was it any good?
Well, yeah, I fucking thought it was amazing. I watched the director's cut, and apparently the theatrical one has got a reputation for just being shit. Because it left stuff out and it felt very boring. But pretty much me, my whole housemates and two mates of mine from different spots in Perth were fucking up. So we were just watching the whole movie. It's 3 hours something with the director's cut, but it was this fucking I think it's about the Second Crusade or something. It was about one of them set there, and it's this fucking sick ass like gladiator tier film.
Yeah, okay.
But the problem is because the theatrical cut was so shit, it just kind of went to the wayside and was kind of forgotten about. But I recommend that movie. If you can find a theatrical cut, don't watch it. Watch the director's. If you can find it, but it's a little hard to find it on stuff.
I'm not huge on the whole the gladiator thing and that. I'm not huge, to be honest, myself. But
fair enough.
Like I got a bit over it after Game of Thrones and all that, and and then The Witcher, and then the way they talk, and it's just fuck. I got over that.
Yeah, it can get like you can have burnout on that the same way you can have burnout with like superhero films and stuff. I actually watched all of Game of Thrones. I think I finished it this year. Finally, I just sat down and watched the whole thing.
I like that ending.
I kind of had to retroactively rethink about the series and be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, that ending was kind of dog shit.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
I thought.
Same with like the Batman film. I came away out of that film being like, good movie, and then like 2 days later, I was like, was it?
Which Batman?
The recent one, Batman, with Robert Pattinson. Yeah, I thought the movie was fine, but
because a lot of people hate on him because of the Twilight thing, but I actually think he's probably a good actor. I think he's a
fine actor.
I think he got typecast by that.
Yeah, I don't even think that he was typecast. Well, not typecast. I think that became his image in the public perception. Yeah, was Pretty Boy from Twilight.
Yeah, and then but I watched that. Yeah, and I thought it would have been good. But the thing is, nothing against his acting, but I just didn't. In the movie, I'm like, it's not you. You don't look gritty, man. You don't seem like a gritty dude. You don't have like a gritty voice. But then Christian Bale, on the other hand, I thought he was putting it on so hard, where he's like, that voice.
Yeah.
I'm Batman. Yeah. It's,
I think that like I liked that though for me because it's like of course like if you're gonna fucking play superhero you want to sound different than you normally do. You go back to like the old superhero films and Clark Kent's just like not Superman here. And flies away. It's like the fuck.
I will save you.
Yeah, fucking just a pair of glasses manages to fool people. Or like Spider-Man's a big one where it's like he'll talk in like the old movies, he'll talk to Mary Jane in the fucking suit. Then the next scene he'll be out of it talking to her, and it's like, how does she not? Yeah, this guy sounds exactly like this one nerd that I fucking. Yeah. She was pretty. I think a lot of people say that she was actually one of the worst Mary Janes in terms of like her actual character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was. I can't remember what the details were in the films. I need to rewatch them, but it was like. She fucking left him for being Spider-Man or something, basically, because he was trying to save people's lives while she was like, you didn't not see me enough.
Yeah.
It was just like, obviously, I'd say that's in a superhero relationship, probably a pretty big concern and a fair problem, but I think it was the way it was, what it was about was different.
You haven't been fucking me.
You haven't given me the web fluid.
So I was just thinking about web slinging, you know.
I'm thinking about web slinging until they come and throw for you.
Throwing something at her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Have you heard like
that's not web.
Yeah. You heard
oh shit, wrong one.
Right me of the fucking thing I heard fucking probably primary school where it's like, you know, like the Batman's where you finish on like the upper back and you put the blanket on. Oh, that's the Superman.
Yeah.
The Flash is when you finish quick. The Spider-Man's when you fucking go, turn around and you throw it.
Oh,
and then the Batman's where you kill her parents.
I just can't watch superhero shit anymore though. Like,
yeah,
I'm older,
I'm fucking.
I find
I'm
it lame. Like, I'm even about Superman. I'm like, I just can't take a guy seriously that's wearing his jocks.
Cape shit really like. It's crazy how that's been the main fucking genre of big blockbuster movie for so long. It's obviously it was going to get burnt out.
Even like the Avengers. I'm not into this shit, man.
And also a lot of the new ones just
can't stand it.
They don't have that same magic as well.
No.
But I've liked The Boys. I think that's a good show. I like Invincible.
One of my workmates has been going on about that, and I haven't seen it.
It's good. I mean, it depends on what your opinion is on the whole like showing superheroes through a more gritty, dark way instead of like the way that they're shown in like comics and stuff being like the heroes, which in itself is already something that's been kind of overdone and gets really tiring. It's like, we get it, the superheroes are bad, they're not actually good people, whatever. Because like when the Watchmen did it fine.
Well, the thing with the superheroes as well is like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. It's essentially the exact same.
Yeah, they've been going on since the fucking. Well, some of them have been going on since the fucking Second World War.
It's not the same story with different characters. Almost like they've all got like a girlfriend that doesn't know that they're
doesn't know that they're superhero
and they've all got like dead parents or something.
I think the dead parents thing is I think that's just common in fiction in general because it's an easy way for if you have a character that's more like on the teen side, it's the easy way to have them go out and adventure and stuff without that sort of declaring question of
Yeah,
where the fucks are the parents?
You were supposed to be here for dinner
You
time.
fucking supposed to be here at 9, you little shit. And fucking, you know?
yeah.
But if the parents are dead, not an issue anymore. They can
Yeah.
have them do whatever the fuck. And also,
Yeah.
you can use it later on in the story being like, have this big bad guy come and be like, I killed your parents.
Yeah.
And that can be a whole thing you can use.
Yeah. You know what movie, though, was awesome? Was the Joker one with that Joaquin
Phoenix. I liked it.
And you know what other movie's fucking awesome that I thought would be shit is Tetris.
Tetris. Oh, I haven't. Is that about like the guy who made the game?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
Really good
I
because
fucking love the game though. I
it's
love
got
Tetris.
like KGB shit and all that, and it's actually the
yeah.
history of it is actually
Pretty
fairly like tumultuous or whatever the fucking word is. And the other thing is, you know, that Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Her
So,
dad-
her
her
dad was a
in-
fucking Mossad agent or something, is what I heard.
Yeah, and he was also because he owned that Maxwell Media Empire.
He's
was
the one that makes
actually-
all the school books or something, was what I heard.
Oh,
Is
I
that-
don't know, but he was probably actually, yeah. Yeah, it's got Maxwell on the back of him. But he was involved in the whole Tetris thing as well.
Oh,
But-
shit.
Or he tried buying the rights to it, and he's in the movie and all that, portrayed in the movie, and scumbag.
Yeah. I think.
And the good thing is the movie didn't try and make him into a good guy. It
That's
actually is a fucking prick in it.
Yeah. No, I was reading something
awesome
recently
movie.
about Ghislaine Maxwell's father being the guy who owned the company, the main company that made school books in America for like American schools and
Yeah,
stuff.
Dave.
And so I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah, because they do have
you don't
Maxwell
like him.
on the-
Whenever
they do
you
have
find a
Maxwell on the back,
connection,
don't
yeah,
they, on the
something like Whenever you find a connection like that, it's always like, oh, I don't want to look into this anymore. This is already depressing.
yeah.
It's fucking hate it. Hate looking into things. Hate being aware of shit. If I could press like a button, that would just make me go back to being completely oblivious.
Yeah, that's
all this shit. Any day of the week.
That's something I was saying. I wish I could just
Go back.
just be like the other sheeple that are just like
Yeah, I'd rather just be a fucking normal dude who doesn't fucking know shit about what's going on in the world. It just seems such a much nicer and peaceful life.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's kind of sucks being awake to shit. But I found like
So hard to
it's
tune out.
increasingly more and more people are it's like becoming mainstream to be awake to shit now, or to like
I think
look
that
into
it's
shit.
gotten to the point now where things are starting to reach that fucking boiling point.
Yeah.
You know, we're right here. This is the fucking pre-apocalypse episode. You know, we've got the
Yeah.
fucking war in the East, war in the Middle East, wars in Africa.
Yeah.
Fucking economic collapse inevitably soon.
Yeah,
Everything's coming to a crash and halt. I reckon. Give it fucking 10 years and we're going to see some really wild shit happen.
yeah.
If
It's,
if 10 years. I reckon shit's
yeah.
fucked already.
yeah, it is. It is. It's pretty fucked because even though, like in Australia now, we're obviously pretty lucky to be living here.
Yeah. We've got
And,
it pretty decent compared to some places.
And the thing is, but you know what? Like, someone was saying to me the other day, like, we live on a planet where food grows on trees. Why is there people starving? and then the people that are starving are in these like countries that are like mineral and resource rich.
Yeah, but they're not the ones that are mining it. That's the thing.
Yeah, but it's not getting given to them. It's like there's no excuse. Like just because I was born in Australia, why should I have more of a privileged life than someone that's born in the Philippines or in Africa or fucking wherever's got a lot of poverty? It's like why it's just it sucks that that's reality.
Yeah,
it's like they'll never have the luxuries we have, and why shouldn't they? Why should I just be more privileged because I live here?
It's one of those things where it's like I hate to be one of the people that says this, but it is just the after effects of colonialism from the fucking old age, back when England and stuff was here. These places were here, and they owned all of this and this and this, and it's still, the reason those countries never fucking got big is because all the resource mining was somebody else mining there and taking that shit out.
Yeah.
There were a lot of those countries that are really heavily oil rich. Some of them are really like well off, others not so much.
Didn't they just find heaps of oil in Gaza? Or
Yeah, I heard something about that. Something like I heard something about oil in Gaza. I've also heard things about white phosphorus too, which is really oh boy. Never thought I'd see Spec Ops: The Line be fucking coming back, baby. Yeah, it's fucked up. I'm surprised it took this long for an actual proper conflict to come out.
Yeah. Going back to the colonial thing, have you ever seen that show Taboo with Tom Hardy?
Not with
on
Tom
Netflix.
Hardy, no.
It's on Netflix. It's a
I think I've seen the
TV show
thing for it, but
Did
I've
I
never
say
actually
movie?
watched it.
It's a TV show. But that's I think there's like a French colony or English colony or something, and I looked it up, and it's actually real. The show is all fictional, and they own this like weird piece of land that's kind of in the middle of somewhere. I can't remember the details. I'm going to fuck this up probably, but it's just weird that they have this random bit of land as there.
This could be like the Falkland Islands or something like that.
It's not that nuts. It's something else. But and then I was watching a YouTube thing the other day. A mate sent me, and it's about 5 weird. Or I think it's 5 weird borders in the world.
Oh,
and
there's some whack fucking...
Yeah, and just near, is it Iran? Or another country's got a piece of land because their king died years ago there. And that's all this, that's it's moved heaps of times.
Oh, I think I know the one, but I can't fucking remember anything of what
But it's in the middle of another country that I think they don't get along with, but they can't do anything about it. It's so weird. Humans are fucking weird, eh?
It's fucking crazy. Well, it's like you look at you've got that fucking funny pre-World War II, post-World War I border where fucking Germany was like that, and then you had Poland, and like a little bit here was Germany as well that was not connected, and it's like, oh man, that's inevitably going to cause some problems, and it did, as we unfortunately found out the hard way. Yeah,
it's but then you look at like the US like with Hawaii as well, and stuff like that,
or it's like I think they got a couple other ones like near like Cuba and shit, and like the Caribbean.
Yeah, there's a random
like,
Australian.
I think Puerto Rico is like technically considered. But I could be wrong. Don't kill me, please.
There's a random Australian island somewhere way off the coast
seen
of
that,
WA, somewhere like thousands of miles off or something.
Some fucking random.
It's pretty odd. Yeah. Because I was watching another thing on YouTube. It's about like places that no one visits or can go to, and there's
those uncontacted fucking
that tribe, and they kill people that come there,
like North Sentinel Island and shit.
Oh, Sentinel Island, that's the one, and
that's not. I think that one's. I can't remember where that place is. I don't think it's near here though.
It's near England, isn't it, or something?
Is it? I thought it was near like the US or something, or maybe more like
I don't know.
If I had to guess, judging by what I know of like the people that live there, it sounds more either like South America, Africa, or around there maybe, but.
I've got the vibe that it's not, but maybe it is.
Yeah, I know that like English people did go there to try and establish contact.
Come on, guys, we got heaps of Big Macs. Don't you want to fucking buy some of it?
Oh man, I was actually watching a video about a dude who actually managed to successfully have a relatively amicable relationship with them, and he said at first it was just like he would row out with like a thing of bananas or something. They'd see him, they'd start throwing shit at him, so he'd fucking leave that and he'd book it back to the shit, and he'd do that for like repeatedly for a while. Then eventually he could get closer, and then he'd go to the beach, drop it off there, then they'd come and then he'd leave and stuff. But then like
didn't they eventually kill him though?
No, so one day it was just not this guy, other guys have just been fucking killed eventually, but there was just, I think one time he went there and then one of them started getting aggressive and then he left and never fucking came back.
Yeah,
he was like, I'm not going to try to spend another fucking several months building this whole trusting relationship back up. And this is just how quickly it can fall apart. And it's like, and you gotta wonder like, fuck, what's going on over there?
You know
what are they doing?
I wonder what goes through their head because I've saw some footage from like a helicopter going over and they're standing on the beach,
throwing spears and shooting arrows. At the
I wonder what
thing.
they think a helicopter is.
Probably, yeah.
I wonder
fucking demon,
is that a fucking bird or fucking
helicopter? If I fucking saw one of those things and had no idea what like an engine was, man, I think I'd probably kill myself.
What's that movie that's set in Africa and the guy has that Coke bottle that dropped from like a plane or something?
Oh, are you thinking of like Castaway or something?
No. It's set in like Africa and it's all like black dudes and like a bottle or a Coke bottle drops from a helicopter and he's like throwing it up and it like hits him in the head and he doesn't. He's like mucking around because he's never seen glass. And it's
it's crazy when you think of like just the fact that there's people here that like haven't seen
a camera.
Anything that's in this room would be completely foreign.
Yeah,
and so it's like, man, that's fucking.
It's
crazy that's still happening.
Yeah,
that's still. That's cool. I think we should leave
the world's so connected because I can instantly
message
if you were the other side of the world, I could instantly just speak to you. I could FaceTime you.
Yeah, I think we should leave him. I think we should leave him alone. I think we should just let them keep that as like a fucking preservation of what once was as well.
I bet you there's like there's probably corporations that are like fucking That's another customer base we're losing.
They're all fucking...
Get them addicted to sugar.
My fucking theory is they're all crisis actors. It's actually... You remember that you go past the beach, they've just all got iPads and like these fucking white people, man.
Yeah.
That'd be fucked
watching
up.
TikTok.
I'd be so pissed if I fucking managed to actually get onto North Sentinel Island, got there, and I saw a single fucking piece of like anything electrical. I'd be like, I'm going home. Fuck this. I saw a video of there was this dude who likes to go around the planet and like sort of stay with people in more remote areas. He went to one place in Africa and stayed with the village there for like a week or so, and it was like, man, this just seems like such a nice. Despite obviously like...
It's not an idiot abroad,
yeah,
is it?
No. Obviously, like, you've got, like, as a Westerner, you always have that rose-tinted glasses of, like, oh, living somewhere but here would be lovely. Obviously, you know, the people over there have got to face their own problems and stuff that we fucking wouldn't have any idea. Like, well, how the fuck am I going to do if there's a lion outside my house, you know?
That's right.
It just seems like their lives are so much more fulfilling.
Yeah, because sometimes I meet someone from another country and I'm like, why the fuck would you come to Australia? Because I live here.
Well, it's like there's a dude in the metal scene who came over here. There's a bunch of them that I think all go to UWA or all that know each other that are from different countries and stuff. And I remember when I first met him, I was like, so what is some stuff about Australian culture that you fucking still don't know? What is it? Don't know the meaning of? And he said, oh, recently I just got the meaning of yeah, nah. I'm like, oh, you poor son of a bitch. That's got to be so fucking confusing and stupid.
Yeah.
Like, how do you like? Yeah, we're gonna explain to you. Sorry, real quick. When we say yeah, nah, it actually means no.
Yeah.
Well, okay, and then but sometimes it can mean yes. It's great.
Yeah.
It's the most confusing fucking lingo I've ever heard.
That's like years ago. I was backstage with hanging out with Machine Head and the singer Rob Flynn. He I said something like bloody oath. And he's like, what?
The fuck does that mean, bro?
Yeah, and I said, bloody hell. He's like, what is that? Like a bloody oath, like an oath in blood. And I'm like, nah, it's like just a phrase you say, like, and I'm like, it's probably similar, like fucking A.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, right.
No, I've heard a fucking A be like a just like expletive, like you're running away from something, fucking A or something like that. But I think
it depends on the your tone of voice. When
I think I agree. Like, but yeah, bloody oath's just like, I think I like to break it down into like, okay, what's the probable full sentence that this slang term came from? It probably means something like, oh, oath to Lord above, this is joyous. And then it just came down the fucking tree and it just says bloody oath now. That's where we're at in life.
You know, I was watching this short clip of, you know, Carl Barron.
Yeah.
I fucking love him. And he's talking about how Aussies, how they, what is he? Yeah, they're just so casual. He goes in the main street of like whatever city, he's like a volcano could erupt and there'd be an Aussie just going, it's bloody hot, eh?
I think Friendly Geordies does a fucking great job of capturing that fucking genuine, like, yeah, that's relatable.
I saw him live, eh?
Oh, how was that?
When he went to Magnet House. It was not bad. It wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but some of his politics, like when he says political jokes, I don't follow Aussie politics that much. I hate them all equally. I think they're all fucking parasites. And
I do like that he pisses off politicians that are corrupt, though. Like, that's always based to me.
He's such a Labor nut swinger. It's like, man, Labor's shit too, man.
Everyone's going to have their view, and that's just his. But at the same time,
it's like a Yankee thing to do. Like Yanks are like they're either left or right. You can't. There's probably is Yanks that are like, oh, you know, they both got their pros and cons, but it seems like they're all like fucking either all want Trump back or they all love Biden.
Fucking, yeah, well, I think that's just because their fucking news over there is like, obviously ours. It's not completely, but their news is so much more personal. The way that their presenters are much more like people that you genuinely are invested in. Like, I mean, I couldn't give a fuck. I couldn't give a fuck what Susanna Carr thinks.
Tucker Carlson, Hannity.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson and stuff. You were like, people care about what they say and what they think, and they really fucking connect with them.
Rick Arden.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think even like just American TV personalities in general are just much more fucking like tension grabbing. They try to be like, even on especially on like game shows or talk shows, you know, they're much more in your face than a lot of I think people are.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that's part of that Australian casualness of just, even if you're a politician, you just kind of sound like you don't give a fuck most of the time.
Yeah, that's right. Because fucking even like with the race thing over there, the news just baits that so much.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't live in the US, so I can't really
speak on it. I
can't really speak on it, but from my perspective, because obviously we have Aborigines here, you know, they got a different colour skin to me, but I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit, man. I've just judge you on how you appear to me when you speak to me, or how you
exactly. I think that the US
treat
has
me.
got such a major problem with the news fucking pitting people.
I wonder if
against each
racism
other.
is really that bad there, if the news conflates it. Like,
You never know. You get to go there and find out yourself, I guess.
well, yeah, we're going there in January, so
Where are you going?
I'm going to LA because I'm going to NAM. So
At least you're going to NAM, but LA, unlucky.
yeah, I know.
You should fucking go out to.
we can go to Hollywood and shit, and get disappointed.
Yeah. Trying to think. Like I heard there's some pretty good spots like in the US to visit, but none of them close to.
I'm sure
LA.
it's pretty good.
There's definitely nicer parts. Of
I
it
don't
that you
have
can go
massive
to,
expectations because I'm a realist and I'm not.
I think
really
that's
like,
the thing with
it's gonna be
LA.
like in the
You got
movies
to make
and-
sure you don't go in there thinking it's going to be the fucking bee's knees. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you'll be like, oh wow, this is horrid.
Yeah,
I just say like enjoy the fucking legal weed over there. That's what I'd be doing.
yeah. I won't be. I'll get drug tested for work. So
Yeah, nah, fair enough. Shame that.
plus, to be honest, I would get killer anxiety if I'm not in control of my inhibitions, and
Oh yeah. No,
even
fair
if I
enough.
get super drunk. Well, it doesn't matter when I'm drunk, but when I wake up hungover.
You
'cause,
feel like
when you're pretty carefree when you're drunk, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
if
when
you get
you-
hammered. But when I wake up, I get killer anxiety when I'm still half drunk, and I'll be
Yeah,
like,
no, I
and I'll
feel
freak
that.
out. I don't know why. If I'm not completely in control of myself, I just fucking freak. I
It's just
reckon
how
if I-
some people. It's
if
how
I had
some people
mushrooms,
operate, man.
I reckon I would have a mental breakdown, man, or acid or something. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends. I'm never going to advocate for somebody who is scared to do it because I'm going to be the last
I
person.
just don't trust my mind.
I'm
I
going to be
think-
the
I think
last
that I would
person on the
lose
planet
my
to tell
mind.
you, go do acid, kids. It's a great idea because it may not be for you. It's not for
Well,
everybody.
'cause can't people have a bad trip and not snap out?
nah,
of it?
that's really that's a pretty big myth is that you can
Oh.
like kind of get stuck in it forever. Like I'm sure that there's one dude who had very severe schizophrenia that didn't manifest itself until after he tripped. That is now doing whatever the fuck he was doing.
So it's
there
probably an
forever and
underlying
ever.
thing, but I might have
most
that,
of
and I don't want to trigger it.
Yeah, most of the times people that have like had serious issues and complications post trip are people, or even during, are people that have had underlying issues that then come up. Because what it does is it kind of like fucking delves into the back of your mind and just brings random shit forward randomly. Like you'll just be chilling out and you'll be like, why do I feel sad?
Yeah, yeah.
It can be, and then the next minute you'll be like looking at your phone screen because it just looks, oh wow, isn't that pretty? All the lines.
I can't believe
are
that's all
fucking glowing.
LEDs and shit behind that.
Yeah, it's fucking funny thing. The fun thing for me is like the craziness of the fact that such a small amount of something can just completely fuck your entire perception. Because with LSD, it's micrograms that the doses are measured in.
Okay.
And it's like such a tiny thing can just completely make a person like fucking revert into being a child
Yeah. Okay.
for like 6 hours. How the fuck does that work?
That's
Crazy
it's,
shit.
It's bizarre, and that's like that ayahuasca stuff.
Yeah,
do, don't they? Have,
I
like,
wouldn't
big-
do that. I don't think because
big
that shit,
revelations?
people seem to say that goes on for like 12 fucking hours.
Yeah, right.
And also, a lot of people seem to say that you fucking get mad shits and you also get really nauseous from it. But I guess it probably depends.
Yeah, but don't they have like another thing they take that turns off an enzyme in your stomach so you can?
They take a MAOI inhibitor that allows them to.
How did they figure that out? When they're just in
Fucking
don't have any
tribal
science
people just
equipment.
figured it out one day and were like, if you eat this and eat this, you'll be okay. But if you just eat that, you're gonna have a bad time.
That's funny. Imagine how many people died.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Is how many people fucking died trying to figure out what you can and can't trip on? I know with
probably just like
ayahuasca though,
munching shit.
it's like it's an MAOI inhibitor, which allows you to then digest like DMT through eating it as opposed to smoking it, and that's what ayahuasca is that
Yeah.
blend. Plus, I think a bunch of other things. I think it's very loose as to what can actually be.
It would be
in
cool
it.
to do, but also
That's the thing is the curiosity's there, but at the same time, if you don't feel it's safe, I would just say don't do it.
I also don't want to come out of it and then be like all them other people that do it and refer to everyone as humans. Beautiful humans.
the
and
worst people in the world
vibration
are
of
those.
life
Yeah,
and
are those fucking really
them chicks that go on them Ubud or whatever. Bali trips, and then they come back from it, and they're like
They're all,
all
like,
of a sudden
spiritual and
way
shit.
more enlightened than
Yeah.
you, and they're like, oh guys, beautiful, delicious heart hugs.
Yeah,
and,
a lot of people I think will fucking take psychs and then they'll come out of it with this whole new fucking superiority complex. It's like that's like the exact opposite of what it's supposed to do, and yet somehow you've become more insufferable of a cunt. That's incredible.
That's like this chick that I used to know years ago. That me and my mates, we used to hang around a group of people, and she was just like a normal kind of Aussie, guess half bogan chick, whatever. And then as people get older, they get more
People wiser.
mature and wiser. And she's like, oh, I'm going to go on one of these trips. I don't like. I was stopped talking to him when I was probably like 19 or something. So, but I just had him on social media.
Yeah.
And then seen she went on like one of them, those Uber getaways or whatever,
Yeah,
and then comes
fucking-
back and it's just so fucking pretentious. And then like, guys, we had a nice evening of delicious heart hugs, and then was it like, oh, you beautiful humans, and then you look on the Instagram and everything, and then you know what, they all try to monetize it, and they're all like, oh, I can. I'll coach you in the vibration of life, and
it's fucking weird, man.
fuck off.
Some people just, Like, I remember
I
on
find it just so fucking lame.
Yeah, on one of the podcasts I like to listen to on PKA, they had a dude come on who was supposed to be like a psychedelic kind of expert sort of dude. Fucking opens, like, gets, like, show starts, 4-hour long podcast. He pretty much opens with the story of how his fucking wife and unborn child died in a car accident because of him, because he was drunk. And it's like, dude, that's your fucking opener? Holy shit.
If I did that, I'd kill myself, I think, because I wouldn't be able to live with the guilt.
Yeah, and so then what he goes into is like, oh, so now I take people out to Costa Rica and we take a bunch of acid and I help them with their problems. And he was just this fucking, he would just go on about shit that made no fucking sense the whole episode. And I would just be sitting there like, oh man, this is a fucking real shit one. And then eventually one of the co-hosts fucking said some shit to him. Like brought him fucking snap back, like real fucking just got pissed off at something he said. So he said something to the guy, and then the guy gets all defensive, saying that they're all fucking like looking down upon him and getting all butthurt and shit. And it's just so pitiful to watch. It's like, oh man,
Yeah.
it's just, what a loser. Also, that was what it was. He was telling this fucking story of a dude who came onto his like fucking getaway therapy thing, and the reason that he went with this guy was because apparently he said his wife had like threatened to kill him and his fucking kids, or something with like a gun, and then there was like a gun in the house or something or whatever. So the guy comes to him, and he just leaves with her with the kids and goes on this fucking psychedelic adventure in Costa Rica. And so the hosts of the show are understandably like, "What the fuck did you just say?" Wait, the guy. They thought it was so confused, and he's trying to reiterate, the guy was the one who left, and it was the mother who was crazy, and apparently they got back together or something, and it's like, he got offended that the hosts were questioning the sanity of the person who fucking did it, and got all butthurt over it. It was just fucking so hilarious.
What's that called?
PKA, Painkiller Already. I'll find the link to that episode and I'll send it to you. It's there's probably a clip of it too, but after that, like, the host just lay into him because he fucking opened up that door. And it's like, oh, well.
Yeah, well, check that out. Have you heard of that last podcast on the left?
I have heard of that one.
Fuck, they're the funniest dudes, man. One of the dudes sounds like that Zach Galifianakis. and he's so fucking funny. I was listening to this episode because they talk about all sorts of different random shit.
Yeah.
One episode, they're going on about necrophilia. And the whole thing's about that. No, but
awesome.
It's interesting because the guy goes into, apparently there's 10 levels of it in psychology of necrophilia.
Never knew that. I'll remember that. That's some song inspiration right there.
It's so fucked up. The funny guy on it, because there's one that's really funny.
Yeah.
And he goes, I want to hear necrophilia. It sounds like a guy that just like goes around like opening corpses' buttholes and
Do you,
going, I'm getting cedar aromas and.
Do you remember like back in were you into like Call of Duty back in the old days of like the old YouTube days of Call of Duty when you would have like the big,
is that
like,
with that Jev guy that
like
flips
so just
out over
flashbang,
flashbang?
Something like that, yeah. But do you remember a YouTuber at all called Woody's Gamertag?
No.
Do you remember FPS Russia? He was a dude who used to put on like a Russian accent, would like shoot a bunch of crazy guns and stuff.
No.
Back in the day? Okay. Because they were like these YouTubers from back in the fucking heyday of YouTube. And now what they do is they do this podcast, PKA. The other one I'm currently really into is Forehead Fables, which is General Sam's podcast. He had another one that he was doing that was called Die of Laughter. It was like a D&D podcast. So him and his fucking idiot friends would play Dungeons and Dragons, and it was fucking hilarious, man. It was some of the funniest shit I've ever listened to, because you can just do practically anything you want in that fucking game. They spent the first, I think, 2 or 3 like several hour long episodes in the starting tavern, not doing anything of value. And the dungeon master the whole time is like trying to coax them out with different ways. At one point he sets the fucking place on fire, and like they've managed to stop it, and then they just stay there. They don't even leave. They start doing this bit where they're saying, I don't want to go outside, I'm scared. And it's just fucking hilarious, but they had to cancel it recently, or like a little while ago for some fucking reason. And it's like, damn, I want that final episode. But at least I got the other one going. I like to listen to them at work.
Well, speaking of YouTubers, do you ever remember that video of that guy that was putting on like a African kind of voice, and he was saying, that he was and he had someone tricked on there on the voice chat, and he's saying that he was like an African like hitman or something like that, and he put on this real deep black dude's voice.
I think I do remember that. Yeah, it's ringing some kind of bell.
It's kind of that just reminded me of that.
Yeah,
but,
it's just funny how like every now and then something will pop up from like days of internet past, and it's like, oh, I fucking forgot about that shit, man. Oh, that's how long ago that was popular. Fuck.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
My favorite one's that guy. I don't know if you've seen it. I've seen the link of the guy that gets flashbanged and he's just fucking flips out about it on the COD.
Yeah.
And he's it's funny as fuck. I'm not going to recite it on here, but it's fucking
there's some
so
fucking
funny.
really good ones from back in the day. Even like the old like CS 1.6 fucking door stuck dude clip. That was fucking hilarious. You know, like I remember there's this really popular one from like Minecraft where a dude like edits the world and deletes this like Russian kid's like house that he's built, and it's just this, and then the Russian kid high pitched screams fucking like yeah. Like fucking as high loud as he can, like fucking pissed off into the microphone. And it's just chef's kiss.
You know what's
Love
a good
it.
one is the Rust ones as well.
Oh my god, Rust!
trap
Yeah,
people and
I've
shit.
seen some fucked up shit happening in that fucking game. It was like that clip from I think PUBG where a dude comes in and he's fucking killing a guy, and the guy's like, "No, please don't do this, don't do this." Kills the guy. Another dude comes in, fucking knocks down the guy who just killed the other dude, and says, "No, please don't do this, don't do this." It's fucking just so funny. I love those just random game interactions. That are just great. Because I think in like Rust and like even in shit like Tarkov and Warzone, some people will like role play. So they'll have a specific loadout that they'll do that's like fucking they'll try to be as close to like a British like colonial soldier or something, and they'll just go through the whole game speaking like an accent, fucking saying random
That's
shit.
like that.
And it's just that's what you want to do.
Stone Mountain 64.
Yeah. Like I think he does.
He's
Yeah.
pretending to be a medic and shit. It's fucking funny. Eh? Yeah, there's people that like role play like military shit as well.
Yeah, well, we got like people who play like Arma 3 who do all that fucking
Arma's
shit.
sick.
I like the look of the game. I really want to play it, but it just
I've played it
seems
for
like,
years. It's fucking awesome.
It just seems like something you need a pretty good
It's a time
PC
sink.
for, and also huge time sink.
Oh, it's not
So
well
is
optimized.
Tarkov,
You can have
though.
a really good PC and it runs like dog shit.
Yeah, no, I've said like I think the fucking meme from Arma 3 that I've gathered is just like the game is optimized and runs well. Wink.
Yeah.
Because I've seen every clip, every single video I've watched of that game, there is an instance of something doing something it should not. Usually a vehicle, it seems.
That developer's like renowned for releasing like unoptimized shit because it started with Operation Flashpoint back in the 2000s, and that was a fucking sick game. But that ran like shit on whatever. And then there was Arma, then Arma 2, then Arma 3,
yeah.
and then there was an Arma Reforger they released on Xbox.
Never heard
Oh,
of
it's
it,
recently-ish. And I played that on the Series X, and it's even that runs like dog shit.
Yeah, I really want to play Tarkov. That seems like a game I could really sink my teeth into, but I don't have a PC.
Yeah, because you know what games I miss? I don't know if you ever, because you're a bit younger than me. How old are you?
21.
Yeah, so I don't know if you ever played the old Rainbow Six games.
No, I did have Rainbow Six Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
On
that was
the
kind of
PS3.
That was when they started going a bit more simpler.
We also had Tom Clancy's like Splinter Cell on PS2.
Yeah, that was sick. Man, what happened to them games, man? Like,
Yeah, well,
Rainbow Six now, there's like a virus one where you hunt zombies. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
I've heard that
there's already games that do that.
I've heard that they fucked up Siege really badly recently,
Yeah.
which is a shame because I really enjoyed playing that game.
Yeah. But what I don't get is these like games and movies and all that will like change to this like mainstream thing because everyone's doing zombies now. So then Rainbow Six did an extraction game.
Yeah.
So it's Rainbow Six supposed to be a tactical SWAT.
Supposed to be like exactly like SWAT, exactly.
Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, there's already games doing that. Why make that?
Also, at the same time, it's like I'd rather they just make. If they want to make a zombie game, fucking do whatever, man. It's your game, but like make something that's maybe not connected to an already existing IP.
No, well, that's
just make
like
something new, maybe.
with what they're doing with movies now, like with the diversity stuff. Like you know how they're talking about like making James Bond like a black guy.
Yeah, I remember that back.
I do not have any problem with anyone, whatever, skin color.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about that. But it's like make another franchise. Like, I loved that Equalizer with Denzel Washington. That's like a black dude doing John Wick shit.
Yeah,
You don't have to make John Wick black.
That's the thing. That's
I mean?
my main take on that whole kind of realm of things. Is I just think it's weird that they're just rehashing shit and changing.
And when it flops, they're like everyone's racist.
Yeah,
exactly. No one's racist about it. No one. I don't care that the guy's a black guy. It's like you've always Bond's always been this pommy white dude
it's
that's
just
like chauvinistic.
why not make something new and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, with Disney specifically, because their whole thing is the main movies and stuff that got them famous were retelling old like Brothers Grimm tales and fairy tales and stuff.
And like Snow White's not black now, isn't she?
Why not fucking go like tell some stories from Africa or something?
Yeah,
I'd love to be able to fucking hear some cool shit from there that you guys could make a movie about. And I'm sure that would also be a really good representation for people as well.
Exactly. And
like there's so many things you can do that aren't just remaking. Also, at the same time, it's boring.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to show my kids the remakes of the films. I'm going to show them the original animated ones because they're just better.
That's right.
Because when you remake something and it's shit, it's just like you spat on the original.
Yeah, and every time it flops though, they're always like, "Oh, it's because of racism."
Racism and
It's
shit.
not, man. Not like most people. Anyone I know doesn't care if a movie's good. A movie's good. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, like nobody hated The Matrix because Morpheus was in it. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking people love those fucking.
And that's
movies.
like I was saying. Like you got John Wick, who's Keanu Reeves, white guy, but then you got the Equalizer, which is essentially a very similar movie, and that's fucking badass too. Yeah. And I love it. But the thing is, if they went and made John Wick a black guy, it'd be like, well, why don't you just make another one?
The other thing I don't get is the other thing I don't get is that they know it's going to cause a fucking shit stir.
It's like they want to force it. Though.
That's what I think maybe it is it's literally just them rage baiting because they know that their reputation has been so sullied at this point that all they can do is rage bait people into knowing what they're releasing at the time. Yeah. Because it makes no sense otherwise. Why would you do something that you definitely know will fracture the audience?
I think it's all that ESG shit as well now, like the it's like companies trying to earn like corporate brownie points.
Yeah, something probably. Yeah. I'm sure that there's a reason, but at the same time, it's like these fucking companies will preach this one message, and then you go, okay, whatever movie poster, China.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that black character about yay big on the poster, so they're happy to fucking shill to the Chinese government and tailor the movies to that culture that are way less.
Yeah, didn't they do something with the new Top Gun? Like, didn't Tom Cruise had like a, how they got the badges on their flight jacket? He had like a Chinese one, and they had to take it off. Or Taiwan,
something like that. Well, I know with the
with
like the new Star Wars films, on like all the posters, the John Boyega who played Finn, was just like he was fucking barely on the poster. Yeah, and it's because they're fucking bending to the knee of their Chinese audience, trying to make as much money there as they can by making the black character that you put in the film fucking barely in the poster and the advertising. Yeah, it was like Black Panther as well. You look at the poster for the West was like him, helmet off, doing the pose. Poster in China, helmet on, doing the pose. And it's like, why? You clearly don't actually give a fuck. You're just here to make money.
Yeah, it's virtue signaling.
And that's what pisses me off.
If you wanted to push the point that you want this equality, then you would say to the Chinese, "We're too fucking bad.
Yeah, too fucking bad. This is our movie. Exactly. Fucking deal with it." That's how you know that. That's what baffles me when people like shill for these companies and fucking defend them to their last breath. It's like, dude, you're like a fucking free pawn for this giant corporate conglomerate son of a bitch. Yeah, that's puppeting you, making you defend them for whatever stupid reason.
And that's what people are going about it. Like, Trump's racist, or it's like, have you heard some of the shit Biden has said and had said back in the day?
I've seen some. Yeah, I've seen that one. That's a clip from when he was in that courtroom where he was quoting somebody, and that's like, I think a lot of people were posting there saying, he said the N-word, he's bad. It's like, well, he's quoting someone. He probably shouldn't have said it.
Yeah, but didn't he say something on his campaign trail? Like,
if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I remember he said that.
And he said even something even black kids or poor people, even black kids or something.
It was something like poor kids are just as normal as white kids or something like that. And it's like, it's kind of slipping here, man. The craziest fucking thing is just how old that fucking guy is. Yeah. I've seen videos and clips of him in the 70s doing the shit he was, well, not the shit he's doing now, but in that same sphere of being in politics.
That's all he's ever done. He's never held a real job, I don't think.
Yeah. Why the fuck are so many of our world leaders so old? Yeah. Like, what are they going to do if we try to fucking just kick them out? They're old. They can't do shit. Fucking come on, man. They're the whole reason that shit's stagnant is because they won't change.
There's no way that, you see, like, who's that one, recently that fell asleep?
Kissinger.
No, not Kissinger. No, he was like one of them House speakers or whatever.
No, Mitch McConnell or anything.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell.
That guy's fucking crazy,
but
man.
he just like stopped talking.
Yeah, he's talking and then he'll speak and then he'll go.
Yeah, and then they have to like usher him away.
Yeah, and it's just fucking, it's terrifying. It's like, are you a human being? Yeah. Or are you a fucking lizard? Because you really
have you seen that compilation of like politicians freezing up and like there's that one of Tony Abbott where his head's shaking? He's like, someone asked him a hard question.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, man.
It's like, So what the?
What's going on here? Why are you being so weird?
It's weird. And I'm like, I don't know anyone that would do that.
Yeah, I don't know a single person. I know some people who like tick and stuff. I don't know a single person who, if you ask them a question, would go, it's like, it's
but this was for ages. It was for ages, and she kept going, Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah. She keeps asking him to answer the fucking question.
And his head's just like nodding. Like.
I still remember that fucking clip of Tony Abbott where I think the news chick was saying something about some soldiers that passed away in Afghanistan. He said, oh, well, shit happens, doesn't it? It's like, oh, fuck. I mean, yeah, listen, he's not wrong. Shit does happen, but that's not something you want to say as leader of a country about your soldiers that you're sending overseas getting killed.
At least pretend to care about them.
Yeah, exactly. Give the common decency to lie, you know? That's what I hate about some politicians.
That's like Biden, wasn't there guys, soldiers' funeral, he's like checking his watch.
The thing with some politicians is that some of them will openly, blatantly lie to you, and then the other ones will try to cover it up. And I much prefer the guys that blatantly lie. Because they know that they can't fucking hide about it. And when you're hiding it, it's like, okay, what else are you hiding then?
Yeah.
You're trying to hide these very obvious fucking falsehoods you're telling me.
Yeah.
It's annoying. Hate old people. Not all of them. Some of them are pretty cool. But so many of them just don't seem to.
Yeah. Should probably get off the politics thing.
Try some fucking, let's do an interesting topic.
So how many guitars you got?
Currently, about four guitars, one bass. Got the BC Rich Warlock bass, and I've got the BC Rich King Kerry Signature V, my Jackson King V. I've got my Schecter, and I've got an Ibanez that I'm currently doing stuff on. I'm currently working on the Schecter and the Ibanez. They're not currently in playing condition.
Just putting new pickups in them and shit? Or?
Well, with the Ibanez, it's like, I'm thinking of, there's a dude I follow on Instagram, shout out Hugo DRX or DRWX or something. He makes guitar bodies, just whatever. And he's over in the UK, and he makes him a bunch of those BC Rich, mostly shapes and stuff. And with the current BC Rich market, the new stuff they're coming out with is pretty fucking spenny.
Yeah.
And all of the older shit that they released from back when even when they're really cheap fucking shit guitars are like in value. Ever since fucking Stranger Things came out, being a BC Rich player and trying to get secondhand BC Rich has been fucking, it's sucked.
That's crazy that show had that
show. I think that show single-handedly fucking drove the price up of BC Rich like almost permanently.
It's crazy
because I've seen like on eBay, on Reverb, I'll be going through looking for those, like that brand, and I'll see one that's not even the same fucking shape as the one he played, not even the same finish as the one he played, and it will still say in the fucking listing, Stranger Things. And it's like, how are you going to advertise this as Stranger Things related when it's not even the same fucking shape or color?
Yeah.
It's just the same brand.
Yeah.
And it's annoying because they've got the coolest
It's
shapes.
weird that people would buy something because of a TV show. I personally would not. But
yeah, well, a lot of people do,
though,
because you got to think about like that sort of subtleness of advertising is a big one. But like when it's blatant and outright like that, when it's a very recognizable thing, people want to be the people they see in media, so they think, well, if I get that same guitar,
well, they can tell, I've got the same guitar.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, it's like, I've got the Stranger Things guitar.
So and they buy signature models of guitars.
Exactly, it's the same
guitar or this or that.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, I'm not gonna say that the guitars that they made within the collaboration for Stranger Things was shit. As far as I heard from people, those guitars were really well done, really nice guitars, and they did because the model in the show was set in the 80s. The model that they released, it's one that they haven't released since then, since the 80s, and so it's cool that they did a nice sort of nod back to their old way of doing guitars.
Yeah.
But
have you seen? Do you have that guy on Instagram, that Kyle Rasmus? Not know how the fuck to say his last name, but he's from the. His page's name is Victorious Weapons, and he's from Vitriol.
Okay, from Vitriol. Yeah, I think
and he's got so many BC Riches and all that of the.
I follow some people, man, and they'll every now and then they'll post a picture of their collection, and it's like, you're so fuck you for living overseas.
And he just knows so much, and I love his posts because he's really kind of poetic in the way he says things. He talks about the guitar, and it's really, you can tell this guy like adores these guitars.
You should fucking check out some of the stuff that the Neil Moser guitars are putting out. That's run by the guy who used to work at the BC Rich Custom Shop.
Oh, okay.
He's the whole reason that like BC Rich guitars from the 80s and stuff have like 1,000 fucking switches, is because he came up with all the circuitry for it. And so you'll see like a vintage like bitch for whatever or something like that, and it will have 3 fucking switches. One goes phase, one's for parallel, one will split the neck, one will split the bridge. You have a 5-way Veritone switch for 5 different tone options. You've got push-pull fucking shit. It's just all these extra tone options that are all actually useful that he fucking added into this wacky-ass shaped guitar. And it's like, oh, man. The stuff that he makes with his brand, he does some of the same shapes, not a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He makes some pretty looking
Yeah,
guitars.
I'll have to check it out, yeah.
Like some really nice, expensive boutique-y shit. Like handcrafted in USA stuff. And it's just fucking... beautiful.
That's one thing I'm going to love it now. I'm just seeing all the cool.
Oh, that's why I'm
shit.
so glad I'm not going.
Well, I'm going there with Ormsby, so
yeah. Oh, you're going there with the company? Huh? That's fucking sick.
Yeah. But it'll be just interesting just to see what cool shit.
That's what, I'd love to fucking go to Namaste, but at the same time, I hate going to those things because it's like I don't have the money to spend here.
Yeah. I won't be going there to buy it anyway.
Yeah, you say that, but we'll see what you come back with.
No.
You're fucking notorious for your gear acquisition syndrome. Mainly when it comes to Ormsby's, though, I'll give you credit where credit's due. You're loyal to your brand.
Well, I'm endorsed, so
Yeah. Not much of a choice.
yeah. So
But I mean, fucking good guitars.
yeah, they're fucking awesome. I love them.
Use code. Do you have a code that you can use for them or any sort of affiliate thing? You should get one. You should get like a little...
Just buy it. Just support them. They're awesome people. And
the fact that it's made that it's always crazy to see something that's Perth-based fucking reach out beyond Perth, especially as far as Ormsby do.
Yeah.
Like people play their shit all around the world. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's good to see. And not only that, it's good to see because Perry's just such a fucking awesome dude.
Yeah.
And everyone
I've heard
that
really
works
good
there,
things about him, which is always good.
everyone that works there, like Jet and Alex and Amy and all that, they're all awesome people.
Fucking mad.
Yeah. Got plenty of time for him on Beto. Can't forget him.
Yeah, I think a fucking important part of guitar brands is to have guitar players involved in the brand.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, what Gibson or Epiphone did recently is they got a new CEO, and that CEO is like actually a guitar player.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that's like, why the fuck would you have a guitar company that's run by somebody who doesn't play them?
Yeah.
Because they're not going to know what's fucking good.
They're not going to go. Yeah.
How can you connect with your customer base if you're not sharing that same fucking feel? You know?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because if you play guitar, you know what aesthetics or ergonomics are comfortable.
Exactly. You know what's comfortable. You know what shit people do and don't like. You know what's currently trendy if that's what you want to do with your brand. While I've got some pretty fucking hot takes in what equipment I like in my guitars, I know that like a lot of people will just go with the current trend of whatever's being popular.
Fishman's and everything.
Fishman's Evertune bridge.
Yeah.
No headstock.
Yeah.
Wacky shape, but not wacky and 80s wacky.
Yeah. And crazy colors.
Yeah, crazy colors.
I
like the crazy colors coming back. That's always cool.
Yeah,
but I think with guitars, it depends. I think that the main thing for me is honestly like the aesthetics of the guitar does matter a lot to me because I think
that's why for me a headstock's important.
Yeah, headstock's super important. I think with if you're playing, for example, if I'm playing in a black metal band, if I'm playing a pink Ormsby, it's gonna be a disconnect. Whereas if I'm playing this fucking Kerry King signature V, I've done matte black with that horned 3-side headstock that goes out that fucking long, you know.
Yeah.
It adds to the look, and I think doing because performing, you know, it's a performance. You want to kind of add as much to it as you can without oversaturating it.
Who was that black metal band? And the guy, or was it Niall? It wasn't Niall. One of them has the fucking longest headstock. It's super long and pointy.
I've seen I know Neil Moser have a fucking guitar that have this stupidly long headstock, but I don't know. Niall, they're a death metal band. They got one of their
Kyle
guys,
Sanders or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah,
Kyle Sanders.
He's with Dean, I think.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And that's got like, if you've seen the Dimebag headstock, it's the same.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
It's that big pointy fucking dit shape.
Yeah.
Their other guitarist is with BC Rich. No, Pat O'Brien's
it's an old. It's not new. This is going back a long time.
I know the fucking John Gallagher from Dying Fetus has played some pretty weird looking guitars too. Same with fucking Mohammed Suisamez from Necrophagist has played some weird looking shit too. But it's tech death, so I expect them to have weird guitars, not like fucking crazy guitars.
Yeah. Did you see that guitar that Ormsby made for Carl Sanders?
I haven't. No.
Oh man, it's called it's called the V-Gypt.
Oh, yeah. I like that. That's cool. Is it what's the specs? Oh, wait a minute. No,
I don't know the specs off the top of my head, but it's all scalloped and it's got like you know, the Ankh thing.
Yeah.
That's like blue topaz or something like that. And then the body is laser etched with all hieroglyphs.
I think I did see that.
It looks like it's made out of limestone.
I think I did see that one. Yeah,
it's the coolest thing.
Yeah, seeing some of the fucking Ormsby finishes was like, ooh,
yeah, man, they're doing
really
some cool shit, especially with the laser etching stuff.
Oh yeah, I think I remember Schecter do some fucking really cool, sick finishes on some of their guitars as well.
Yeah, right.
I know that they did this like their Apocalypse series.
Yeah, okay.
The Hellraiser series has this one you can get that's like the finish of the guitar is this red, fucking like almost looks like candy, but like not candy red sort of style. It just got that look to it, and it just looks fucking amazing.
I think I know the
Holy
color
shit.
you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's that real deep, rich fucking blood red. It's shiny, smooth. It's got this nice fucking pattern in it. It's like, oh.
I've seen some cool Jacksons with awesome finishes as well.
Yeah, they're really going heavy on the crackle recently, which is cool.
These are older finishes, but just over the
I remember some of them have been pretty cool. My main problem with Jackson is that I like their budget stuff.
I've never played a Jackson.
I like their budget stuff. I like their Pro Series and expensive stuff, but for me, the mid range just isn't there. And also, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of some of the crackle finishes. I think they look a little bit like the white and red. It's like it just kind of reminds me of the lobster.
There's a guy
on play a lobster on stage.
There's a guy on YouTube. It's not Ben Ella. It's another guitarist on there, and he's got I think it's a Charvel with a crackle finish.
Oh yeah,
but it looks fucking amazing. It looks like it's lava.
Some crackle finishes are just better done than others.
Yeah, it looks like lava because it almost looks three-dimensional. It looks like because crackle's always just got the one color.
Yeah,
this kind of looks like it's how lava goes from really bright white almost. Well, this is more like an orange to like a darker red.
Yeah, cool.
It's really well done.
There's a channel I follow on YouTube or subscribe to. I don't know if I'm subscribed actually. I just watch him every now and then called like Guitar Guts, and he does a series.
Oh yeah, I know the guy, and he's always cutting guitars.
Every fucking. It kind of bores me though because every single time it's like, all right, he's going to put a fucking kill switch in here, splatter finish, or it's going to be crackle.
Yeah, he puts kill switch in everything.
It's like, I don't know. Kill switches are cool, but. I wouldn't have a useful one.
I don't think I'd use one.
I'd rather just
tremolos. I was like, I'm going to fucking do it because I was listening heaps of Brandon Ellis, and he's obviously a god with a tremolo.
Yeah, I wish I had brought my fucking. If I had my BC Rich's Kayla was currently inoperable, I'd fucking bring that so you could try that out.
I've never tried a Kayla.
Dude, Kaylas are just honestly over Floyd's any day. Unless you really, really need that strong tension of a Floyd, a Kayla's the way to go. And you can still have them pretty tight in terms of spring tension, but with a Kayla, it's like the standard setup. You can use your pinky finger and fucking with no effort.
Yeah, okay.
You can lock them pretty standard from the bridge. It's got like a little screw you turn, locks it in place, so you can change strings easy. You get like a step or step or more worth of tuning with the fine tuners as well.
Yeah, right.
The only main issue is that the ball end of the strings tends to snap. If that's the main issue with string snapping, is it's going to be there because that gets hooked into the bridge and gets a lot of tension. But you can solder over it before you put them in, and that keeps it strong. But I love them. I think they're amazing bridges. I love the feel of them too. And they also they don't go through the whole body too. It's just a small, probably about yay big route into the body. A smaller bit inside that, and it doesn't go all the way through, so you get more wood, more resonation, which is always nice.
That's cool, yeah. Because I know on Floyd's you can put like tone blocks on them.
With Floyd's you can change the fucking blocks. You can change the blocks on Kayla's too. It's just I think a lot more uncommon, especially over in here.
This one here, these are one of them. Japanese Goto,
I know the Goto's
really
nice,
but it's still a pain in the ass to keep in tune. For me, maybe I just don't set them up properly, but. I kind of know what I'm doing.
There is a trick to it, but that's annoying. Is I don't like there being a trick to setting up my stuff. I like it to be easy.
It's too inconsistent. But I always wonder because on that, I know if I like whale on any of the Floyds I've owned, and I used to own like a Washburn dime bag one, and if you whale it would never go back into tune perfectly. But then when you hear like anyone live that just whales on
they're going crazy on it.
And I'm like. How is that? There's the what's the secret?
Yeah, it's that fucking huge thing of like what artists get versus what we get. It's different. But I think with Floyd's, it's a really precarious balance of the nut being locked properly, having a good angle behind the nut is important as well.
Because
especially if
when
you're
you tighten
using
the nut, it'll go sharp.
What you want to do as well is you want to check after you've tightened the nut on a Kayla as well. Is you want to press the strings down, have a tuner ready, and if you press the strings down behind the nut and the note changes, it means it's not locking properly.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But a big thing is, if you're using thicker gauge strings, like I've currently got on my BC Rich, it needs to have a good fucking angle behind that nut to retain that tuning. Otherwise, it just won't fucking hold it. So you need to install string trees and make, or if the
That's what I put on this. Yeah.
yeah, you got like that single across one.
Yeah, because
that's what I do to mine as well.
Yeah, because I had dramas with because this is not the standard one that Ormsby put in. I had dramas whenever I'd tighten this up, it would go sharp every time.
That's not uncommon, obviously, but I mean, like you can fix that with the fine tuning. But the main issue with like the thicker strings for me is actually keeping them locked.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's how big they are.
Chuck that on, yeah.
Because the headstock on my B series is probably about yay wide.
Yeah.
So I need a fucking pretty big string tree for it if I'm gonna do that. But I want to at some point because I wouldn't say it's my favorite guitar, but it's pretty high up there because it was one of the first ones I bought with money that I earned, and I got it for like $850.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Refinished it because it had that ugly fucking Kerry King tribal finish on it. Man, he has got some shit taste.
Yeah,
cool
but
ass guitar.
His tattoos are fucking terrible.
I mean, I like tribal. I think it kind of looks kind of cool, depending if it's done right. Obviously, there's bad tribal, there's good tribal, but on the guitar,
I really disagree there.
Not my thing.
Yeah, and so sometimes you see like old Hyundai XLs with tribal on them.
Yeah.
What's with that?
Dude, the 2000s and the 90s were a wild time. It was the Wild West, man. There was so much weird, just like you look at something and be like, what the fuck? This is just a random splotch of color, and we consider this part of that time, like that era's culture now.
Yeah.
Like that fucking like pattern that's like that blue kind of markery kind of smudge with the pink line like over it. That's considered like 90s cups or whatever.
Yeah.
A bunch of cars would have that on the side of it. And it's like a really weird design choices.
That was like the old, the old station wagons with the wood grain on the outside.
I like that though. I fucking love the old cars. Have the wood finish inside, the wood grain on the outside. It's just a classic look.
Yeah, I remember
you see that you think of like
National
all your
Lampoons.
Yeah, you think of all your old fucking sitcoms and stuff, and you watch them because someone would always have a station wagon. Like,
yeah,
I think Marge's station wagon, like the one she's got in The Simpsons, has got the wood paneling on it as well.
I don't recall.
That's a pretty big one. If that's the true, then that's like got to be a huge, fucking God knows how many people have seen that show over their life. Rest in peace, The Simpsons. And I'm not saying that because it's over. I'm saying that because I wish it was.
Yeah, yeah.
What a fucking shame.
What gigs you got coming up?
Coming up December 22nd down at Linnets. We're playing with Bloodstained Angel, Purity, and we're Oceans and Omens as well. That's going to be, I think, our last gig for the year for sure, and probably one of the last ones for the year. So it should be a good time to just come down, fucking give the year a good send off.
Yes, come down and sway them hips,
shake that hair.
Yes.
Dance around, I don't know, buy drinks for the bands. That's what you should do. It should be the Christmas spirit of get the bands pissed drunk after their sets.
Do you ever have a few drinks before you go on?
Oh yeah, all the time.
To ease the
nerves. I
don't get nervous. It's more like
I used to for sure. I do like every now and then. Depends on the show. If it's a big show, like Metal United was a little bit of like, okay, this is a bigger gig. I want to make sure this is good. So I'll usually have like a drink before the show, just because like. If I can't do it fucking drunk, that means what if I fuck up one day and get too drunk and I can't do it? I gotta get that practice in, Yeah. It's like driving. You gotta make sure you're good at it. Just slowly increase the amount of alcohol.
Nah, but
no, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Yeah, but it's weird because I don't like going to like the shops or if there's heaps of people. I just don't like it. Yeah. But it's then if I jump on stage, I don't really care.
I think it's because it's that outlet, that you can fucking let shit just out.
I thought before I played my first ever gig, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna fucking not pass out or something.
Yeah, I find as well, just being like on that slight border of like tipsy. Is that fucking that's a Goldilocks? It's a Goldilocks zone.
Yeah, that buzz.
Yeah, because you feel good, you feel lubricated, you've got that slight bit of false confidence in yourself from the liquor, so you can kind of go on stage and like give it your all properly. But then of course there is a tipping point of when you start becoming unable to do your shit.
I don't know if I can do it sober though. Like I don't enjoy it sober.
Yeah,
but I don't get drunk. But I'm doing it.
I'll have a drink.
But
on
like
stage
you're saying, I just have a bit of it locked up and just a bit of that warmth and the buzz you get.
I'll usually like smoke beforehand. Helps me get into the fucking headspace I'm trying to get into as well. And when it comes to with like my black metal stuff, when I start actually getting out and playing that's definitely going to be a headspace I try to get into because it's very fucking personal stuff. So you want to make sure I'm in that fucking zone where I'm like, oh yeah, there we go. I'm feeling it. You want to be able to feel the stuff I'm playing. That's why I like having a little drink every now and then before the set.
Yeah.
Also, I think it helps connect with the audience because you can fucking grab your glass, like, hey, cheers, cunts, fucking, and then everyone else will yell out, drink their drinks while you drink yours. Helps connect you to the audience, which is always good.
Yeah, exactly. Is there anything else you wanted to get out there?
Nothing I can think of. The fucking... I don't know, actually, yeah, never mind. I had something and it just fucking gone, completely out of my head.
Don't shut down any more venues, mate.
I'll try.
It's just funny that people think that 21-year-old
that was the craziest thing is it's like the thing of everybody, not everybody, that's fucking hyperbole, is people fucking solely placing the blame on me for that.
There was a guy that did that post and then you were like, that's a bit extreme, where he's like,
I was like, I don't know about that one, mate. You're an absolute flog is what I believe he said.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, all I got to say is that if my post was enough to do that, then I think that clearly he knew what he was doing was not right. And that's why, because if he were doing the right thing.
He's still in the post, it seemed like he's still blaming
a little bit, but people. Like, I don't know. I don't want to.
He didn't took a bit of blame himself, but seemed to just, but the thing is.
I'm glad he owned up to it.
I think that anyone can think critically and rationally can say that there's no way that a venue was doing really well and then a 21-year-old guy put a post on Perth Music Network and they just go, that's it, we're done. Yeah. I guess I'm going to have to close my dream job.
Exactly. And like, I feel sorry for the guy, obviously. Like, I'm not I'm not a heartless piece of shit, like sure people are trying to say. But, I wish him all the best and everything he does, like.
I should try to get him on here sometime.
That could be a good episode, I reckon. Because I know that he's done like other projects and stuff, I think. So it'd be cool.
He's got a band or something, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does have a band. So it'd be cool to get like a industry sort of look into what goes on.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Venues and stuff.
And maybe he can then have some insight on
another good
behind the scenes.
Could even try get the guy whoever the fuck owns Badlands or used to would be a massive guest because everybody's upset about that venue going.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I wonder what one's next to go.
Yeah, I wonder. Who knows?
But this seems like venues have a life cycle. Then someone else will pick it up.
I think that like everyone's saying. Well, not everyone again, but people are saying that like, oh, there's going to be less and less venues, and it's like, well, that's going to be true, but they'll pop up again eventually. That's the life cycle of how it goes. Is that places close? How many
venues that you've played in that used to be? Oh, this used to be blah blah blah.
Yeah,
this
like
used to be the Boston.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a big one. It used to be the Boston, which that was before my time.
Yeah, same.
Fucking Amplify used to not have a bowling alley through the middle of it as well.
Yeah. I reckon it was better then.
Yeah, I think everybody who was around before the bowling alley seems to agree. Also, have you played there at all recently?
Nah, not for.
So you don't know what they did to the green room, do you?
No, what they do? Oh, they go to make
painted over the whole fucking thing.
Is everyone graffitied again?
Oh, no, they've got a sign in there now that says no graffiti.
Really?
Yeah.
No, kind of that added character.
I thought that was the whole thing of playing at Amps meant like I get to put my name with all the other bands that have been here. Like these fucking things.
Someone will still do it. It's not someone's gonna.
The moment one person does it, that's when everyone's like, all right, cool, sweet, open season. Because my band's not the first one on the wall.
yeah.
But I just think it's a real shame because when I was in school,
what you should do is go write someone else's band name.
Dump them in. Yeah. I remember my music teacher. He's was in high school. Daniel Reese from Savior plays guitar. Guitarist from there was telling me.
Is that Reese Daniels?
Yeah, Dan Reese. Yeah. He was telling me about Amplifier and stuff back before I was like out in the music world and stuff, saying, oh yeah, the green room down there's the sickest thing, dude. It's got all this fucking cool graffiti of all the bands and the stickers everywhere, all that kind of cool shit. And I'm glad I got to go down there and actually play amps enough.
Sucks lugging your gear up them stairs though.
Oh, and down. Fuck yeah, it does, man. It is a
And you know how many times
time.
I've nearly dropped my phone behind the stairs?
I've always been worried of like fucking missing a step because like if I'm pissed drunk and I'm trying to go down to the green room, it's a bit of a steep. Do I want to go down there?
Yeah.
That's why I think the best load in's been like Milk Bar.
Yeah.
Because it's just door here, stage here, green room here.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That was fucking good. Loved that gig there.
I wouldn't mind playing there again sometime.
Any fucking day of the week I'd love to play there again. It was such a good venue. I really like that place. The sound's good. I think the location's good. I don't care what people say. I think it's in a good spot because the parking there is free, which is a huge plus. And it's not super hard to get to, I don't think, in my opinion. But that's also what I like about the Charles is that's same thing. I'm pretty sure the fucking huge parking lot next to there is free. And it's so easy to get to the Charles Hotel because it's if you don't want to drive, get a train into the city, and then get a bus up Wanneroo Road. And then bada bing, bada boom. There's a Charles 3 Hotel.
Yeah.
And that place is dope as fuck. The green room is huge there.
I've never played there.
I haven't played there, but I've been to like 2 gigs there. The green room's fucking like the biggest one I've seen in Perth. And it's an actual proper backstage. It's behind the stage. There's mirrors in one little off area in the green room, like surrounded by it, so you can do makeup or whatever. There's a door there in the green room that leads out to the car park for load in and load out. Stage is a good size. Area's a good size. Piss wasn't super expensive. Easy to get to. I liked the place. Sounded fucking killer too.
You know what was I thought was a pain in the ass to load into was fucking Lucy's. Oh fuck! Trying to get your car down there.
Oh brother, man.
That's the sound there
Lucy's
is fucking shit. I don't like that
fucking
place.
hated it.
I hate that place.
I never got to play there, thank God. But I helped a couple people like bring their shit backstage after a gig. I know I helped Louis a couple times from Fura.
Oh yeah.
I remember fucking that was cool as shit because I'd sort of just gotten into the scene and then like I'm helping this big black metal guy in Perth go backstage and fucking help him with his shit. And then we sit there and we smoke a little and it's like, oh dude, this is sick. It's awesome. But like, yeah,
it's cool out the back how they got the couches and
I liked the backstage area at Lucy's, but yeah, it was a fucking not easy to get to with a car, and also the venue was dog shit. Like the sound was fucking awful. The stage size is criminally small.
Yeah, and have you seen all the holes in the roof?
It's crazy, man. Yeah. I cannot believe that we fucking.
That's another thing with convenience. I'd fucking hit my guitar on them.
The fucking things on the roof. Yeah, the ceiling at Lucy's was fucking shorter than one in your house.
Yeah,
it's fucked up. Fucking, I guess it is a basement and all, but like, geez, give people some fucking walking room. Yeah, it was horrible in there. Definitely the worst sounding.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Although I've heard some people say the Swamp Basement's pretty.
Oh, we played there. That was my first ever gig. I played there in my old band. The sound was pretty shit. Yeah. I actually kind of like the venue though. It was intimate and it's kind of just like held bogan. I
think it just depends on like what you're expecting because as a like obviously like
I was just stoked to play a gig.
Yeah, so. I've got like a certain level I'm willing to go down in terms of quality of sound because of the stuff I play. Like if I'm playing war metal, I'm can't be too anal about the sound of it all. Yeah, but do you have in-ears or anything like that or not? Nah, I don't. I wouldn't mind getting in-ears.
We've just started with that. We haven't played a gig. We got a gig on the 16th.
I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared of them because I've just got this lingering fear of like, what if I've got the in-ears in and something fucks up and then I just got blasted with like a right in my ears on stage? What's that? That's going to be not fun. I've seen clips of like Dave Mustaine fucking like ripping his in-ear out and throwing his guitar across the fucking stage because it was like fucking up and like hurting his head.
I wish I had that much money though.
Fuck this thing, shit. Toss it off that way. That'd be sick.
Just when I'm done with the gig, get this guitar off me.
Yeah, no shit. But after the, I'm actually probably gonna start wearing earring protection soon because after I might do now because after the after the Dead Space gig recently, that was fucking killer. Yeah. I was sitting in my car afterwards at the parking lot next to Amps, and I'm just hearing this. I'm like, oh, that's new. Don't want that to stick around.
Yeah, man.
And then at a recent like DIY gig down at Bibra Lake, fucking there was wasn't using them for half of it. Then I was like, oh, this last band's gonna get pretty fucking loud. Might want to chuck them in. And then they sounded.
Do you
fucking
rehearse
fine.
with them? With the
we're not too loud.
Gotta, man.
We're not too loud with it because
Kadek
uses an electric kit, so we're pretty lucky there. He's not blasting on a real fucking kit with the full volume.
Yeah, vocalist Shannon, he for a long time wasn't wearing hearing protection, and
I think that's
his prerogative to do that. But I said, man, I don't really want to play in a band with you if you're not going to wear it because I don't want to see you willingly damaging your hearing. Yeah. It's loud as fuck because we jam really loud.
And you guys fucking
I'm like, I want to play in a band with you for a long time. I want you to be able to hear right and do your vocals right. And if your hearing's fucked, you're going to start losing your vocal ability as well. I think a big
thing with it is that, like with vocalists specifically as well, is that I think a lot of us probably don't wear it because we rely so heavily on hearing what everybody else is doing. That's why when we come in.
Well, we got in-ears now, man. You should see him. He's like a fucking pig and shit. He's like, man, fuck. I've never been able to hear myself so good. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah, and also I would love to have in-ears, but yeah, there's that little lingering fear, and also like I don't know. I fucking price is a big one, but I hate having to fucking be like, I hate having to fucking get the volume up or get things different. That's why half the time.
Well, that's the good thing with in-ears. You set your mix.
Yeah, at least you can do it yourself
on your pocket there, and like the volume, and you set the mix beforehand or a couple jams beforehand or whatever, get it dialed in, And then that's the thing, you don't ever have to worry about anything else. You don't have to worry about just sounding fuck it up or whatever. You know, you can just
That to me is the most annoying thing. That's why I think most of the gigs I've ever played is I've just gotten to a point trying to get things to the level where I'm like, fuck it, this is serviceable.
Yeah,
whatever. Because it's too much hassle. Because I don't want to be too perfectionist about how he sound live. Because you're never gonna fucking get the perfect tone out of it unless you're running all the shit fucking like yourself.
Yeah.
That brings to the fucking whole problem of choice when it comes to gear again.
Yeah.
Because I don't have my amplifier anymore since it got fucking yoinked out of my goddamn car.
Tried to get stolen.
Yeah. Still trying to figure out what I want to get next and what I actually can get. I would love to get a Valve State or something, but I don't know. Then I think about, I could always get a Katana because that's got the fucking, you can do any sound you want on it, you know? And they're good amps, good value. And then I always get down to this pipeline of Ben's got one, Vasco's got one, I know Zach's got one.
Yeah.
Fuck a load of people have them because they're good amps. My fucking housemate's got one. But I always end up at this pipeline at the end of like, I could just use a laptop for my guitar sound and that's all I need. But I don't want to
use VSTs.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I want to use a proper amp when I have the sound. The stage sound's important for me.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference.
Also, just the simplicity of it as well is a little bit nicer. Obviously, that's only if you get an amp that you can just straight out be like, the sound of this is what I want, clean, cool. But I'm pretty picky, I think. So I think with amps, it's like, okay, this is the foundation. Time to get it the way I want. But I know that a Valve State's got like that noise I like.
Yeah.
Same with like the 6505 or like an Angle or something like that. I played some fucking nice amps before and they've been like, what a dream it would be to have this in my house. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to have a fucking like Mesa or something because I'd be like, if I bring that out, someone's going to look at it and be like, ooh, that's real pretty.
Yeah.
Fucking $4,000 amp, no thanks.
Yeah,
I can't imagine. It's like if I can buy a car with it, I don't like spending it on things that aren't a fucking car.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Especially because like guitars and stuff, like they depreciate. It's the same thing with cars, is they depreciate in value so quickly because it's like if you work the fuck out of them, you know, it's going to have wear and tear.
At least with a guitar though, to me, value. I don't care about value really. To me,
yeah, neither do I. Like
it's more like these are like art to me or something.
Yeah,
you know? Or like collecting them and.
Well, that's the thing is, it's like the reason I like going for the cheaper guitars and modding them up is because it means I get to really personalize it and make it what I want it to be.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to fucking go through all the different options that people have laid out for me already. I'd rather just spend like less money on the shape because that's like the method is I go for shape first and then I think about, all right, what do I want to add to this to make it sound and play the way I want? Because that's just how I go about it.
Yeah.
So many fucking different shapes I'd love to have. It's like I wrote out a list of like
all the money.
Yeah, I wrote out a list of all the specifically just BC Rich shapes that I want, and it's like I think I got like fucking all of them pretty much, and it's like great. That's just one brand, let alone all the other fucking brands that'd be great to have as well.
They've had some bizarre shapes though.
Yeah, fucking. I used to. It's crazy how I used to not like a lot of them, and now I'm just like, oh, that looks fucking sick. I don't care how stupid it is. It's sick looking and it's cool and pointy. Like the Ironbird, used to think they look ugly as shit. Now I'm like, I'd kill a man for one.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. I'd kill a man with one.
Yeah, a lot of the BC Rich stuff looks pretty pointy.
Yeah. Well, it's also, I think I got into BC Rich because of originally Megadeth, because Dave used to play them back in the like Peace Cells and Killing Is My Business and Metallica days, as he used to have that one BC Rich he played. Then I got into Death, and
Chuck Schuldiner
had that signature Stealth. And originally I was like, oh, it looks ugly. And now then like it grew on me a bit, and I've actually played some Stealths, and oh man, it's gonna be one of the comfiest fucking guitar shapes to play. And you gotta like have it the way he has it. You gotta have it high. It's like built for technical stuff.
Is it similar to a Jackson Kelly? Is it similar?
No, it's more similar to the Warrior in that it's like kind of X shape. But it's not a pointy X shape like the Ironbird. It's like rounder edges.
Yeah,
and it's got that sort of ergonomic look to it almost. But I think that they sit perfectly here. They also smaller scale length, so you can run like D standard like Chuck would, and it would be like a little bit lower tension, so you can get really nice pinch harmonics. And
because they love ringing on them.
Oh yeah, and with the Stealth, it's like that guitar almost I think fucking contributed to the sound of Death itself.
I reckon they've got one of the most unique sounds, man.
100%. Another gruesome fucking, that's a band that popped up right like after them that sound very similar to Death, and that's the kind of that whole bit is they sound a lot like Death do. They're fucking great. But
I'll show you a song after. I wrote this song ages ago, and we've never released it or anything. We haven't ever put vocals on it on that, but there's 2 leads in it. They sound so much like a death thing. And I wasn't trying, but then after I was holy shit, that sounds so much like
whenever
death.
you capture like that essence of like death or any of those other really big bands, and you write something that sounds like them but isn't taken by them, it's always like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. It's a great feeling.
Definitely, man. I should probably wrap this up pretty soon. It's getting late.
Getting a little bit late. Yeah, what's the longest episode you've done?
2.5 hours probably. This is an hour.
Getting there.
50.
150, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, 2.5. That's pretty good.
It flies, eh?
Yeah, it does. I remember we went on one, me, Kadek, and Evan went on one, and it was like, I think an hour and a half as well, recording time. And it was like, fuck, man, I could talk for like fucking 3 more hours.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm used to listening to like 4-hour fucking like podcasts.
I'd sometimes love to get this, not enough room in here, but eventually I'd love to have like
a
more
4
people. Just have good yarns, have a laugh.
That's the fun part as well, I think, is, it's just something you can kind of sit down and have a chat with your mates and also like post it. It's great. It's cool that it's become a content thing now. But at the same time, I think with podcasts, a lot of people listen to them because they're missing that connection with people.
Yeah, that's right.
Because like at work, when I listen to them, it's like I'm fucking talking to them. So it means it makes the time go faster.
Yeah, but that's like that last podcast on the left. I was driving back from Boddington at fucking 2 a.m. or something from work, and I was just listening to that to care stay awake. But man, I was fucking, my sides were hurting.
Yeah, and some of them are
so
just
hard.
so funny. It's great. It just helps you have a laugh in the day.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. Even though there's that whole stereotype, obviously, of like fucking white boys in their podcasts and shit.
Is there?
Oh, yeah, there's like a little bit of one where it's like old men do these days is fucking look at Facebook Marketplace, think about the Roman Empire, and listen to podcast. And it's like, well, yeah, you got me down there. Done. Yeah.
On Instagram, I think I follow a few black dudes doing podcasts.
I know there's a couple.
Yeah.
But I think the main sort of meme is around like 40-year-old white dudes, I think.
Well, there was that, and there was that No Jumper podcast.
Yeah.
But then that got weird with his whole thing with his wife getting fucked by that dude. And then have you seen what they're doing now?
No. Oh, what? I think I heard about it. No, but what are they doing?
It's like they got like a competition because he's like,
that's right. He's running a competition. He's like, who can
fuck my wife?
Who can fuck my wife? It's like, dude, that's
and he's
so
like
crazy.
judging. It's like, you got a daughter, man. Your kid's gonna grow up.
That kid's gonna get.
I find, you know what? I find that despicable, man. To me, it's fucking just for clout.
Yeah.
If social media didn't exist, that would be happening.
I feel for the kid because I think that kid's gonna get the fucking shit ripped out of them.
And not only that, like it's like, I don't know.
It's not a good environment
with my kids. I want my kids to be proud of me and look up to me.
Exactly.
To think that your mum's like going this fucking like a game show and who can fuck me?
Yeah.
And you put it all over the internet. That's just fucking weird, man.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the kid there, 100%. But it's like that fucking, that podcast that like isn't a podcast, but you see clips of it on like Instagram and shit. It's like this black dude's got like kind of like a, what do you call that fucking cut? Like a flat top, I guess, sort of haircut, I think. And then the other dude's like a white guy who always wears a cap, and they talk about shit. But it's not an actual podcast these fucking random clips are from. They just make the clips as if it were on a podcast. But every time, it's like this whole bit that they do. The shit they talk about, they do not talk about it properly. Yeah. And they'll name things wrong. They'll just say complete bullshit or like stuff randomly. And it's just this fucking annoying, like infuriating thing because I know they're doing it intentionally, but fuck, it's hearing it. It's just driving me crazy.
Yeah, right.
It's not even a real fucking podcast and it's just getting everywhere.
Yeah,
it's
right.
fucking whack and shit. Well, I don't know what the fucking name of it even is.
They probably just record like 30 seconds.
That's literally what they do is they just record
so
like...
they're not actually having a yarn and they're just pulling that out off that.
They just will pick like a conversation topic, record like a fucking 30-second clip.
They'll probably do like 10... probably
do like 10 in a row or something and then like they'll bang them out so they can post them. Yeah.
Oh, really? Pretend they're surprised and
shit. 100%. It's exactly like that. And it's like, man, what a way to play the algorithm. But that's you got a lot of people that do stuff like that. And I mean, honestly... all the power to you. The fucking algorithm's that easy to play. Might as well play it.
Yeah, that's right. But I think we should wrap that up.
I think so, yes. We'll actually wrap it this time.
Yeah, but thanks very much for coming down,
man. It was a good
Appreciate
time.
it. And yeah, behave yourself, mate.
Yeah, I will.
And don't get stabbed on the way home.
That should be all right.
I was actually caught the train up to see the Wildcats recently. There's a small tangent.
Oh, yeah.
And I never go on public transport ever because I don't know why people just want to fight me.
You got that look about you. You got the tattoos.
Yeah, but
bald head.
But I don't go around like with my chest out. I'm just pretty chill, you know. Well, I like to think I'm pretty chill.
I would say so. I agree.
But yeah, so I was sitting on the train and this guy gets on, this young dude, and he's wearing a fucking ski mask and carrying a bottle of wine and like 3 VBs. And he's
I wonder if that was me.
sits down across from me and he like puts his arm around some young guy, or some other like really young dude.
Oh, okay.
And this guy was like 17 or something, this other young fella. And he's kind of looked at him weird, but I was, because this guy had beers and this other guy had something like World Beer Championship or something on his shirt. I thought, oh, they must be mates. But then I just overheard him. He goes, hey, I'll fucking stab you and take your phone. What are you going to do about it? And I was like, did I fucking really just hear that guy say that?
Yeah.
And then the guy said, and then the young guy was like, fucking looked like he's seen a ghost, and he didn't know what to say.
They always pick young fucking teenagers.
Yeah,
to
but
do
this
it
guy
too.
that did it was a young fella. He's probably only like maybe 21, 22, around your age. And he's like, I'll fucking stab you and take your phone. What are you going to do? And the young guy's like, didn't know what to say. And he goes, oh, no, fucking, where are you going? And the guy goes, I'm going to see my dad. And he goes, oh, you got any money? And the guy goes, no, I don't. And he goes, oh, yeah. And then just sat there and he's sipping away on his beers. And then someone's apparently looked at him and he's gotten up and he's gone down to the other carriage, carrying on, and everyone's gone, fucking sit down, mate, sit down. And then anyway, he sat down, back down across from me. I know had sunnies on, and I'm just kind of looking ahead to the window. Yeah. And then he's fucking flipped the bird at me. And I said, oh, you got a problem, mate? And he goes, yeah, maybe I do. Well, you can do something about it? And I said, yeah. Actually, I am. And I stood up and he stood up and I just fucking slapped the cunt as hard as I could across the ear. Nice. Said, fucking sit down, cunt. And he's fucking...
Yeah, I remember up at the fucking like little bit of the side tangent, there was a shop, like some shops near where I used to live. I remember walking up there once with a mate of mine and some dude fucking just stepped out in front of me and said, yo, what you got in your pockets, Mero? I'm like...
Lint?
Man, I usually fucking... Some lint in Minecraft, I usually carry a knife on me, so don't... Why would you do that to a random person? You don't know what the fuck that person's got on them. Like, that person might just go...
Yeah, and the thing was, this guy could have had a knife, but I was thinking most vocal people like that. If you've got a knife,
I think they're usually bullshit.
Yeah, so
because you don't want to tell somebody you have it if you've got it, because you'd rather it be something you can whip out and use as a fucking, you know.
Yeah, and just the way this guy was carrying, I was like, you're a fuckhead. So I got up and fucking whacked. Yeah. Fucking across the ear.
Don't carry knives. The cops find them, you fucked. Yeah. Also, much cooler to be able to beat the fuck out of someone with your bare hands. It really puts them in their place.
Yeah, I don't like getting confrontations or anything, but it was more like the guy was comfortable. No, but the thing was, because my wife was next to me and she's like, oh, what do you fucking, you should just ignore. I said, the guy, he was looking for a fight. I wasn't going to be able to ignore him. He had a bottle there. I was thinking, this cunt's going to throw a bottle at me. Either do a preemptive strike or fucking...
Yeah, get a bottle thrown at me,
Yeah, so I was like, I'll just get up and slap the cunt. So sit the fuck down. And then,
Yeah, that's the big thing about public transport, unfortunately. But what are you going to do? You can't really do fuck about it.
I said, I'm not going on again because it ruined my night. I was in a fucking shit mood.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's fucking sucked. And I just, don't want to deal with it. But anyway, that should wrap it up.
Indeed.
And thanks for coming, man. And check out Dio's band, Vile Mutilation.
Yep. Vile Mutilation. Check out War Cult and Grievous Rituals Productions. It's my little label for all my solo stuff that I do.
Send me the links and I'll chuck them on.
Yeah, will do. Send them over.
Thanks, man.
Anytime.